I just want to say thank you to all of you, but also to Jack, but mainly to all of you because peer pressure has won once again, and Jack has helped me with the dishes this weekend. Thank you.
Jack hasn't helped you with the dishes. Jack has done 99% of the dishes.
So you helped me with the dishes.
That is true. That is true. I didn't do all of the dishes.
That's not what I'm saying. You helped me by doing the dishes.
Why is the command not working? 1 second. Oh, I can see why. Sorry about that. That is not because it's the dishes command, that's because the entire bot doesn't work.
It's the monthly authorization of your account.
Which it shouldn't be, because I checked that the other day. There. Bad bot. No. For some reason, Sari bot took that serious.
I did not even know it could do that.
Same. No, please. Saribot is an amazing service that is done for free by the people that run it. I didn't know that either.
No, now I feel so bad for it.
You can praise it. How about best bot? Okay, I guess that's too much.
It only cares about compliments from Psycho.
Okay, fair enough.
Doesn't care about what you say.
It feels very familiar, the feeling. But yes, I've done most of the dishes. I didn't do all of the dishes.
You're taking what I'm saying the wrong way.
Despite my best efforts, Tifa insisted on cleaning some of them herself.
You're taking what I'm saying the wrong way. You helped me
that.
by doing the dishes. There's no, you did only 99% of the dishes or 90% of the dishes.
Not gonna lie, I felt kind of put in place, so I expected it to be like that. The kitchen looks brand new basically, just because all the dishes are done. It's crazy how much dishes there was.
Yeah, basically every plate, every fork, and with the exception of 2 spoons, all was gone.
Which was fine, because all we needed for our next dish would have been those things. So my plan to go through the dishes, the cutlery, the plates, the bowls, strategically to make the most out of it, kind of worked.
No.
Okay, well, I tried, people. I tried to have a positive outlook on this, but guess I'm failing.
So yeah, the kitchen no longer looks like a tornado has gone through it. The rest of the house still does, but that's after vacation plan.
I'm looking over here like this because I'm stirring my tea.
In the most loudest way possible.
Have you heard it?
Yes.
On purpose.
And I'm only saying that because whenever I have a spoon and there's this tiny clink, I get the Jack side-eye.
Yes, it's pet peeves. I fully understand that. But there are certain sounds I don't want on my streams. And yes, I know we're doing this together, but still, you know, I take a certain sense of ownership, I guess. I'm stirring my black tea with honey because for some reason I felt like after last stream it kind of went to my throat. So I have prepared something to help me alleviate these issues.
Smart.
Cheers, everybody.
Other than that, I have no news.
I have something. Tifa didn't want me to start the stream like this, but now I'm doing it. Be prepared if you are grossed out by the human body. Don't worry, it's nothing not safe for work. But no.
Depends on who you ask, honestly.
Tifa would be enthused about a stream starting like this. Other people with, let's say, taste wouldn't be. No, but I was thinking about this. So much time on social media is spent by people giving you an unrealistic outlook on life because they show you 1% of their lives. Where it's like, look at me in the most exotic place possible. Your life isn't as good as mine because I'm here. Or watch me eat this $20,000 gold-plated steak that you will never have because my life is better than yours. I hate that. I don't like it. And I think it's bullshit. So I have a counter argument. Look at this shit. Do you see this? Yeah. You see the bump?
You need to move more to the side.
Yeah. I cannot talk and do this. For some reason, under my chin on the left side down here. Refocus the camera. Look at this growth. I've got this huge zit growing. Tifa has offered to pop it multiple times. I tell her, you won't, because you will need to perform surgery on me, because it's not
a bit of pressure.
It needs no pressure. It's not even at the surface.
Exactly. That just needs some pressure. You know how many under the surface zits I've popped? It hurts a little bit, but it's doable.
No, Tifa, you're gonna open my neck if you want to do that. That is surgery level deep. Anyway, I am prone to get these every now and then. I get those like 3-4 times a year. And it doesn't hurt. And you normally don't see it because, funnily enough, it's like flush with my chin or like my jaw. So unless I do this, you don't get to see it because it gets pulled upwards.
Or unless you look at the zit I have here.
Yes, I'm going against the
beauty standard.
I want to say trend, but it's not a trend because like it's everywhere. What is it? I'm going against what everybody else does. Yeah, I didn't want to use grain and that in the same like mental image.
I want you to know that this was fully his idea.
Yes.
I even said like nobody wants to look at your zit. Like I love talking about popping zits and all of that, but no one actually is waiting for a close-up of it. But Jack wanted to do it.
Well, these things are part of human life too. No?
Yeah, sure.
There you go. Yes, update us on your bodily fluids. So my urine today was... No. It's not like that. Oh, but actually we do have a body fluid update. Thank you, Psycho, for once again offering an amazing segue.
We have a body fluid update.
Yeah, we had an argument about your body fluids today. Well, argument. We had a short conversation about your body fluids. You don't recall?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
I informed Tifa today that I don't think she should go donate plasma on Tuesday. Usually on Tuesdays, when she's going to work anyway, she goes to the blood donation drive thing there, and then she donates plasma, which is a super nice thing. But if you're unaware, if you donate blood or plasma, that weakens your immune system. Not permanently, just while your body is regrowing the stuff that you donated, which makes sense. But given her just recently having been sick and me being whatever this was / is, because it's back, I really think it's allergies. We shouldn't play with our immune system at this point if we have a trip coming up on Friday.
I am so looking forward to that trip.
Tifa!
So begrudgingly, I cancelled my appointment on Tuesday.
Sorry, blood plasma donation place. It's my fault. I reminded her it's not a great idea. Something that is also not a great idea is letting Tifa plan your trips necessarily. Because I want to say
plan a great trip.
Your ability to plan vacations is like Russian roulette. So here's why. Many years ago, before the pandemic, Tifa talked to a colleague of hers who had just come back from a 1-week trip, a 2-3 day trip to Budapest in Hungary. And she said it was amazing. So Tifa,
week, by the way.
A week. And she told her a week wasn't enough. So Tifa was like, oh, I too want to go to Budapest, let's go there. So
yeah,
she surprised me.
My colleague suggested at least 5 days in Budapest to be able to see the majority.
Yeah, so Tifa surprised me with a trip to Budapest. Back then I wasn't as afraid of flying yet, so I was happy with it. We went there. It was nice, but also somewhat miserable because we went in winter, like mid-December. The city itself can be absolutely beautiful. I'm not talking about all the politics that have happened since. That's a whole different issue, and I understand why somebody wouldn't want to go there.
No, like
Me
the
included.
entire riverside is absolutely beautiful though.
Yeah, the city itself is beautiful. And the first day we got there, it was snowing really heavily. So we stomped around the city in the snowstorm. It was so nice, so beautiful. Starting the third day, the honeymoon phase for me was over. And basically the entire time I was there, I had a constant headache.
After 2 days, we had seen the entire city, and I kid you not, we had walked everywhere and had seen every street, because we walk a lot during our vacation.
Yes.
We usually spend the entire day walking.
Just taking everything in. I don't just run through the place. I take everything in. This is how I like to enjoy new places. I go there and I walk around.
But yeah, after 2 days we were done.
And essentially for 5 days while we were there, I had a headache because they heat with oil furnaces. So they burn oil, and the city stinks, or at least stunk back then, of burning oil.
There's not a lot of trees either.
Yeah, that was not great, but that's what we did.
All in all, it was a nice trip. We also went to
a thermal bath.
A thermal bath that was so much fun.
Outdoors.
And we went to one that was outdoors. Still during a snowstorm and like minus 15 degrees.
Minus 10. It had gotten warmer.
Minus 10, minus 15 comes close. But fair enough. Minus 10 degrees.
Cold enough for your nipples to fall off.
I really wanted to go outside. I love heated outside pools when it's cold. It just has something.
I only know those things from anime and manga. When they do like a random shot of monkeys sitting in a hot bath out in winter. That's the only image I have of it.
But we made a very big mistake. First we went into the inside bath, which was really nice. And then we went to the outside one, which is also a bit of a walk before you reach it.
Who suggested we do it like this?
So we went outside while wet, in just a towel, bare feet. You might imagine what happens when it's minus 10 degrees and icy outside.
I've never felt colder in my life.
We froze to the floor. If you stood still for a few seconds,
it's like licking a telephone pole. Like that. I'm stuck.
Oh, that run to the bath was so painful because your feet, you could feel your feet start to freeze basically.
My nipples got so hot I could have cut diamonds with them.
Oh, that was so painful.
I didn't try it, but I should have. Also, welcome in Dark Lord. Sorry to hear that you had to spend 5 days in Budapest. It wasn't horrible.
All in all, it was a very nice trip, but 5 days was definitely too much. Budapest I would recommend for like a weekend.
Unless you don't walk around a lot. If you're the kind of person that is also equally fine. If you go somewhere and then you sit down in a cafe for an hour or two. And then you meander down a road and you go do some window shopping. And then effectively you have just walked like 5 blocks. Cool. But then you'll need a week. That's not what we do, because we walk a lot. Anyway.
And if we sit down, which is also very rare, usually just for breakfast and for dinner.
Or maybe coffee and cake.
Yeah, but then it's like the moment that's done, we leave again.
Yeah, because...
So it's like half an hour in, out. And
how often do I get here? I want to see the rest of the city. Yes.
Whereas my colleague was probably more a bit like my mom and like your dad. You have breakfast in peace, then you walk somewhere, you sit down somewhere, you enjoy it, then you walk to the next place, you sit down there, you do some window shopping, then you go to the next place and you spend your evening there and sit down.
That's part of why I can
relaxing.
Save up more money, because I don't walk down one street and sit down 5 times for coffee. I don't do that. I take a water bottle along and then I walk all day. Maybe I'll buy a snack at some point. Again, nothing wrong with doing it the other way. That's just not what we do.
But I think you were trying to get somewhere, or why did you mention Budapest?
No, the trip was nice. Then, I think it was the next year, Tifa and I went to Paris. Tifa picked the dates. We went there, we went to Disneyland. We told the story before, it was completely empty. It was before the pandemic, we were just really lucky.
That was...
We were done 2019.
Yeah, but that was towards the end of September,
No,
I believe. Just
early
before the Halloween Disney started.
Early September.
Was it early?
Yes. We were just so lucky that there was nobody else. We had perfect weather. It was sunny, few clouds so that you don't burn up. It was t-shirt weather outside, but we were like alone in the whole park. We were done with every ride in 4 hours. I've never expected this.
Is this it?
Yeah, we were so disappointed because that made us feel like the park was so small. But again, wonderful vacation. Now, jumping ahead a bit, Tifa has planned a 5-day trip to Norway, which starts next Friday. Spoilers, next week we're only going to stream Tuesday and Wednesday. But Tifa picked Norway. And we're gonna fly to Oslo, then we're gonna rent a car there, we're gonna drive around like the west and the north of the country. Norway!
Norway!
Indeed. I've always wanted to go there. I like Denmark, I've never been higher up than that, so Norway sounds
so
awesome.
looking forward to it, even though I don't have hiking shoes.
When
Find a solution for that.
Tifa booked our trip to Norway, the weather here was really warm and humid, which we don't like. And the weather there was t-shirt weather, which is perfect because Tifa planned a trip for us to go places for hiking in Norway. Now we are a week out from actually going there. And Tifa, do you remember the weather forecast for 80% of the trip?
It's gonna be rainy, but you know, you can't really change that. We'll take some ponchos along.
Rain and December level weather in terms of temperatures.
It might still change by next week. Because when I checked last week, it still said 20 degrees.
So Tifa doesn't understand that we are flying to Oslo, that's the capital, that's at the southern end of Norway. But she wants to drive 600 kilometers north by the way, towards the North Pole. Not going there, but in that direction. And I don't know if you know, but the further north you go, anywhere in the world, the colder it gets. So Oslo is forecast that when we get there, we have beautiful weather. Slightly warm, t-shirt, maybe a light sweater, maybe even shorts. But the moment we leave and we go off into the countryside to her hiking places, we will probably need winter jackets, like thick winter jackets, and something to cover us from the rain. We should take some board games along just in case the weather gets too bad.
Oh, we are hiking no matter what the weather is.
Tifa, after seeing that the forecast has like 9 to 12 degrees Celsius peak temperature, she's like, I'll take my swimwear along. Maybe we can swim in one of the lakes.
Yes!
Tifa,
it's always swimming temperature.
If I swim in one of the lakes or at one of the fjords there with 12 degrees air temperature, I think I still need that thing.
I'm packing it anyway. You never know.
Oh well. But how will you stream on vacation? Not. Sorry. That's the answer.
From my phone.
You'll probably have better internet and reception up there than in Germany.
I have no clue. The one thing I am worried about is that apparently, and it's not even the internet, it's apparently that 95% of the country runs on electric cars.
Yes.
And the only thing we could rent was an electric car.
Yes, because, spoilers, Scandinavia, smartly, a while ago realized, hey, fossil fuels are kind of a finite resource, so we should move to electric. So for like a decade now, I believe they've been one of the leading areas in the entire world for the use of electric cars. So they also changed their heating systems over time to be, you know, more eco-friendly because burning oil kind of sucks.
Yeah, I'm just kind of scared. I'm guessing we're going to like these little villages along the way.
They're gonna have chargers. The whole country uses electric cars. How do you think they get around? Do you think they just go to the car dealer, pick up their new electric vehicle, and then try to drive home, the battery gets empty on the way, and then they go, oh well, I guess I live here now?
Probably.
You know Norway is a developed country, right?
I don't know. So yeah, we'll see.
Like, let's just get a map where like gas stations are. Or I guess the 21st century equivalent, like a loading station for these cars. The only thing we do need to keep in mind is that the car needs to be charged. So after a couple of 100 kilometers, a couple hundred miles, we will have to make a stop somewhere to charge the battery. Especially if it's cold, because the heating also runs on the battery.
Just wear a sweater.
I'll be sitting in there in my winter coat with the hat on. Meanwhile, you'll be there in your swimsuit because I'll jump into the fjord water.
To be fair though, the alternative to Norway was Madeira, which my little brother suggested. And
what?
What's the English name of Madeira?
Madeira.
Oh, well.
Madeira.
And you didn't want to go there, so now the selection is Norway.
All of this is true, by the way. Because Tifa was like, oh, let's go to one of those islands off of the African coast where everybody goes to. And then I looked it up for her.
Everybody goes everywhere.
I looked it up for her because her brother is a very smart kid and he is now studying to become, I don't know, a professor or something. We're still stuck to being able to travel with him only when there's school vacations, you know? I think the cheapest hotel I've shown you on Madeira, or wherever it was like 3,000 euros.
Yeah, but you can like scale it down a little bit.
The cheapest one I could find for the dates you told me was 3 grand. Because it's peak season, because it's the middle of summer vacations for most of Europe.
Well, now we're going to Norway.
Yes. Which, spoilers, is only a bit cheaper.
Can I have ice baths? Oh, it's definitely cheaper for those days, for 3 people. I think we spent 1,400.
No, we didn't.
For hotels?
Mm-hmm.
That was like 1,400.
When we sent an overview of the hotel bookings, including the prices, to her little brother, he reacted with an emoji. The emoji was this one.
Because you guys, by the way, didn't want to stay. I looked up hostels. I looked up, you know, these vacation houses you can rent. They didn't want to stay there. They wanted to stay in hotels.
Tifa,
the hostels had private bathrooms.
First things first. I don't want to share toilets with other people.
That's what I'm
saying. With a family, that's fine, but not with strangers.
That's why I looked up rooms that also had private bathrooms, and even that you guys didn't want to do.
I work full-time so that I can afford certain niceties, certain amenities. By the way, Dark Lord, congrats on being second.
What he said. Okay, it sounds really stressful. Maybe that's a bad idea.
I should stay home. It is really
stressful with Jack.
Psycho? I see where you're taking this, and I do agree. However, the alternative would be that Tifa goes without me, which I hate, and then I would be playing Mega Man X7. And I'd rather go to that nipple freeze-off thermal bath in Budapest again than play Mega Man X7 right now. I would at some point, just not now.
That's very true, by the way, because at some point, when he was complaining about the commodities, I told him that he can just stay here too, but no. I am going.
No.
Whether you're coming along or not, I'm going on this trip. And you don't always have to come along, you know, that's fine. It's perfectly fine.
Also, the other thing that Tifa needed to be reminded of, Norway is one of the more expensive countries in the world. That's just how it is. There's barely any people, it's a huge country, and prices show that they have to move stuff around. it's not cheap, even if you go for cheaper options. It's not like I went for 5-star deluxe spa hotels. It was more like you can live in a tent and then you spend, I don't know, $200, or you can sleep in a hotel and then it's $300. So I said, we're gonna take the hotel. That's the level of it's more expensive because of Jack and my brother Tifa is talking about. It's not expensive because we insisted that we don't want to shit in the woods. It's expensive because it's... No, Tifa. No, I don't need to go out to go number 2 and suddenly, while trying to wipe my ass, a reindeer tips me over.
That would be so funny.
It would be adorable, but I don't need that in my life.
Well, I already see you screaming.
Yes. Yes.
And I won't be able to help because I would be falling.
I can see myself with my pants at my ankles, hovering my ass next to a tree because I would be a surface shitter. I'm not gonna dig a hole because the ground is too cold for that. And then there's a deer coming and I will try to shit as fast as I possibly can while screaming to try to make the deer go away. But something between the smell of the shit coming out of my ass and my weird scream is gonna make the deer more attracted to me. So it's gonna come closer. And when I'm sitting there, I'm hunched over there, I'm hovering my ass trying to poop while I'm crying and screaming while there's a deer just going Nam on my face.
We would break up after this because I would be dying of laughter and you would get so mad.
Yes. Yes.
I am fully picturing this. Which is another reason why we need to do this.
Jack works full-time so you can shit alone. Yes. Yes, exactly. Thank you. It's the most succinct way you can put it. Another phone name. Don't accidentally go to Bucharest. We've been to Bucharest.
Yeah, we
have.
have. Yes, we have.
Was it Bucharest or was it...
Oh, actually, no. We have not been to Bucharest. That was,
Ljubljana?
not Budapest,
Let me
but,
open Google Maps. We went to a place.
I forgot what the English name
went
is.
to Bratislava.
Bratislava. I don't know why I keep mixing that up.
We've been to Bratislava for a day when we went to Austria a couple of years ago because you can take a train directly from Vienna to Bratislava. So like capital to capital. Took like an hour. And you liked the city because they had this...
Oh, there's like filled dough with like...
Like a Twinkie. Except not a Twinkie. The idea is the same. It was the sponge cake filled with like this cream cheese vanilla filling.
And it was like this old lady who was selling it out of the window and it was only that and it was so delicious. It was really good. And
I couldn't eat it. And Tifa was hating me because I didn't let her eat 100 of them.
Basically, yeah.
Elk screech when they're trying to have a hovering ass. Hopefully not. I hope I don't have to experience that.
Speaking of shitting alone, that does remind me. We once did stay in a hotel where that wasn't possible.
Oh god. Yeah, that's true.
Once we went to the Netherlands and at
the Russian roulette of Tifa doing vacations. Tifa found this super cheap deal with the Dutch railways. You could go to Maastricht and it's like on the southeastern border of the Netherlands and Germany.
Really nice city.
Beautiful city. You could go there for cheap with a train and stay there for 2 nights. And Tifa booked this, and she booked us in...
It was like 40 bucks, 50 bucks.
It was a bit more than that, but it was really cheap. What was it called? A design hotel?
It was a design... It was a modern design hotel. And the pictures...
Looked nice.
It looked alright. Wasn't really my cup of tea, but to stay there, it was perfectly fine. It had lots of like these bright colors in the lobby and paintings, and it was an art hotel. Perfectly good. The hotel rooms also seemed fine, all good. And then
in the pictures we saw.
In the pictures we saw, and then we come there, we check in.
You mean we get there?
We get there, we check in, and the bathroom has no door.
Yeah.
It's open, but not even that. Besides it not having a door, the toilet was in the door frame, basically, facing the outside door.
Yeah.
So if you open the door to come into the room, you look straight at the toilet. And if you would order, if I would have ordered room service, and
or they
you
come
had a
in
shit,
to clean the room,
and I open the door, you look right at Jack. That was the weirdest layout. At least put a door in there, you know? It was so odd.
and you would think, well, if it's like a room for single person use, it's fine, right? Because it's just you, yourself, and I. No, this was double beds. So I understand every couple has like different boundaries, and that's perfectly fine. Question to all of you who are in relationships or have ever been in relationships: did you want to listen and be technically in the same room as your significant other while they're taking a shit?
Yeah, a lot of couples and stuff do that. It's not us, just in case you were wondering. But I still, the design, it's been years and I still think of the layout of that room every now and then.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, I need to go to the bathroom. And he was like, well, go ahead. I'm like, I'll be going down to the lobby. I cannot do this. I hope I don't get diarrhea on this trip, because one of us will have to leave the room. I cannot do this. I will explode. I will die from the human waste inside of me clogging up to the point where it comes out of my mouth.
I remember that I also wanted to go to the toilet at that point, but I was like, no, I can't go here, because if he comes back and opens the door, I'll be sitting in the door frame.
Yep.
It was so weird. Also, thank you, Dark Lord. Now, since you posted it on repeat, I just keep hearing, there goes the baker with her tray, like always. The same old bread and shit to sell.
That's Pocahontas, right?
I had a brain fart.
I know it's the Beauty and the Beast. Not purposefully. It's usually because Leonora's taking a bath. Fair enough. She also doesn't wear her glasses while she does. But I still will use a protective towel of mild dignity. There was no mild dignity possible in the room we stayed in.
Yeah.
No. And
I'm still not sure what the modern art part of that was.
I don't understand. Like, it wasn't even that... I need to reiterate on this. Like Tifa said, the bathroom had no doors. None. It wasn't that, oh, they just didn't close them, or there was like a curtain or something, anything to partition the room. There was nothing. Nothing. How? What do they pay their staff that when the cleaning service comes and they go through there and somebody didn't put a please don't disturb sign outside? How often must it happen there that they open the door wanting to do, you know, the cleanup stuff, while somebody is making direct eye contact with you coming in while they're pinching one off? Like,
that's a risk.
I would want to get paid extra to work with, just for that. No towels, not a great service. Well, they had towels, but like, where would I have put them? I would have needed 1,000 towels to make like a wall of towels, like layer them over each other to make a room partition. Anyway, that is part of a Russian roulette of Tifa booking things.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
I have looked at all the hotels together with her. Hopefully this won't happen again. Just saying, we should be fine this time. What's she doing?
The hotel looked good. I can already check if the weather has changed.
I've shown you the weather before stream, Tifa. It's cold and windy.
Yeah.
You're looking at the weather for today. Oh no, it's a forecast all until Sunday. Yeah, look, it's cold and rainy.
We'll be good.
It's gonna be fine. We can still have plenty of fun there, but it's not gonna be warm. We need to pack accordingly.
Moderate rainfall warning. A lot of rain is expected. Flooding may occur. Driving might be difficult.
gonna be great, people. It's gonna be amazing.
I am so looking forward to this trip.
An Aegis reflector of towels. Something like this. You know what you can also never defend yourself from? Tifa's recaps. Tifa, what has happened the last time we played Higurashi when we cried Chapter 7 Minagoroshi?
I really need you to do the recap. I cannot remember.
I hate you. Because if you had told me this before the stream, I would have prepared accordingly. I didn't.
Well, the last time we played, we were arguing about the child consultation center and then not listening to us. So we wanted to start going there every day. We started riling up our classmates to help us because maybe the power is in numbers as well. So Keiichi did this whole speech during the break at class, riling everyone up to come help us, otherwise they weren't our friends. And the entire class agreed to come to the Child Consultation Center with us, including Chie, who joined as well to keep an eye on us. So basically we were with like almost 30 people.
27.
27. We showed up at the Child Consultation office. We demanded another talk with them. And this time the director? I don't recall his title, but we spoke to a person called Harayama. We spoke to a popiopi in the company.
That's a Dutch thing, nobody understands that. A big wig.
I think
a head honcho.
I think it conveys the feeling.
It could also just be a word for poop.
I guess. So we spoke to a big shot within the company who gave us a little bit more information because he figured it was safe to do so under the circumstances and because we already had a lot of information on the case. And apparently they were not aware that last year Satoko was being abused by Teppei, but only by her aunt.
They weren't aware of a lot of things, unfortunately, because, for example, Teppei told the social worker that went to his place that he was gone for a year to work really hard to make money to support his life with Satoko, which is not at all the case. Keiichi, his friends and the other kids brought them a bit up to speed, laid into them as much as they could, but ultimately it still felt like a failure.
They gave no promises, but they did say that they would look into Teppei a little bit more. Yes. But still, we didn't get the sense of urgency.
We're gonna go in there now and we're gonna get her out.
Exactly, which is what we asked. So at some point, Chie told us we've said what we've said.
Yeah.
It's time to leave. We left, and we have now decided to go there every single day until they do something. But we're gonna bring more people every single time because it takes a village to like protect each other.
So we had a little montage basically of them coming up with how to get more people to go to the thing with them tomorrow. It never occurred to any of them to ask their parents, which is strange.
They were like, oh, we need more adults, but where can we find adults?
If only most of us lived with them.
We didn't ask a single adult that we know.
The Mion Shmion sisters explained that no, it is not possible to ask the citizens of Hinamizawa because they all hate the Hojos, to the point where there is just no attempt in even trying. Oh, no point in even trying.
Long story short, in the end we go past friends, kids, other schools, everyone riles up people they know, and we end up with roughly 60 people, even adults, because then Oishi has even heard of the motion, and Irie also goes like, oh, I've heard the rumors. Me and Takano are gonna join as well. Like, we didn't even think of asking them, but they said they're joining.
Yes, you skipped the part where they went to Angel Maud, and Keiichi begged / bullied that weird kid from the baseball games, the one that has a sexual level fetish for cakes and desserts.
We had a long conversation there, but small thing. In the end, we riled people up. We now have like 60 people lined up who will join us the next day. And we had a tip, which I don't remember.
Didn't. Stop talking. I'm trying to give you hand signals to let me take over, but if you look away, that's pointless.
I'm thinking. I'm already surprised I suddenly remembered this much.
Very well done. Now let me take over, please. It is now evening and we have our first meeting for the Higurashi, the Watanagashi committees. So Keiichi, for his auction that he is supposed to lead together with Keiichi's dad, goes to attend the meeting. They're all having, I guess, fun. They discuss what needs to be done. Keiichi's dad is really impressed with Keiichi, how he knows everybody in town, which is not the case, but it feels like that for him.
You know how everyone likes his son. And he even got this important job offered and stuff.
Exactly. During that, there's the talk. Are you done interrupting me now? Bitch? Which is also where the conversation with Ire happens, where he says he and Takano will join and lend their support tomorrow to come to the Child Consultation Center. And there's also Ooishi, and Ooishi likes to talk, and he talks a lot, and he seems to take a liking to Keiichi because they keep talking about mahjong. And as it gets later and later, Keiichi really would like to leave with Mion to go home. Keiichi's dad has been invited out for drinks by some of the other people there, so he went with them because he wants to be more in with the Hinamizawa people, which is cool. But since Mion takes forever, Keiichi is alone and he keeps talking to Ooishi, and Ooishi seems to be now fulfilling his part of Rule Y. Takano and or Ooishi always make it worse. Ooishi while they're having a conversation about whatever, Ooishi goes, "Well, Maebara-san, you do really well for yourself, getting all of these people hyped up and going to the thing with you, but haven't you done enough? Shouldn't you cool your jets? You don't want to annoy the people at the Child Consultation Center, right? Maybe you should lay off and not go there tomorrow." So far, Keiichi hasn't given in to this yet, but I have a dumb feeling he will. Because Rule Y, Takano and or Ooishi always make things worse, needs to be in effect, unless the rule can be broken somehow, which would be nice. And that's where we left off, mid-conversation with Ooishi.
Basically, yeah.
So Jack also didn't remember. I remembered some. I needed Tifa to kickstart my brains. Also,
I think we got there.
Teppei being gone for a year to work doesn't explain how he's broke now. Yes.
I mean, all they need to do is actually look into him, because Ooishi has also mentioned he has gambling issues, he has debts, he's in the wrong crowd, so all they need to do is just do a proper background check. And they know he was lying, because they just believed him, they didn't check anything.
Yes, they just took everything he said without any grains of salt. So let's see where it goes.
So maybe now, when they see that, they will actually take action, but who knows?
Also, traditionally it takes a village to raise a child. Well, in this case it will take a village to save a child. They even had this whole conversation about, oh, this is just like with the dam protests. And you know how the Hinamizawa citizens, town people, have this rule: if there's one enemy, you come with two. If there's two enemies, you come with four. If there's 1,000, you bring the whole village. It's a nice idea of unity until you remember that they also had deaths during the protests, and they dismembered a motherfucker. So let's see how it goes. Tifa, are you ready? Or are you gonna fall asleep on me?
Yes.
Painful. Okay. A small price to pay for salvation. Is it though? I still think that's gonna be, unironically, one of the main questions of all of Higurashi. Which one of these characters doesn't get a happy ending for the price of the others to get one? Who or what needs to be sacrificed? That's gonna be the thing.
I have a feeling it's gonna turn out with everyone still has one, except for Rika, who still manages to get killed.
Possibly. Let's find out. Actually, you see, I don't think you should go to the Child Consultation Center tomorrow. You've made your point already. But we need to do this so we can save Satoko. They aren't getting how urgent the situation is. We have to make even more of a fuss if that's what it takes for them to understand. I think we'll make a bigger impact if we go there 3 days in a row. Which I agree with. You're trying to show them every courtesy, huh? But you know, Maebara-san, sometimes you should just let sleeping dogs lie. What? Let me make this clear. This isn't a warning from the police and no one told me to tell you this. I'm just giving you advice, as your mahjong friend. The word advice didn't sound pleasant at all. I felt myself frowning involuntarily. Do you know what the Child Consultation Center is thinking? You guys showed up 2 days in a row, and you brought 20 people with you today. 27. I'm afraid you'll show up again tomorrow. Then why don't they just listen to us? I hope they're not planning to build a barricade so we can't get in the building tomorrow. No, they won't do that. Their job is to listen to these claims. Well, except anyone who's come to make an appeal. They can't stop you from coming, no matter how many times you show up. They know that too. So they need to take care of the matter before you bring even more people and cause even more trouble. You mean, have you already made the decision to save Satoko? Not quite. I've started making secret adjustments so that you can't come by to pressure them anymore. What do you mean? They made a secret adjustment so that I couldn't bother them anymore. I felt confused, and then ooishi-san said something that almost sounded like a line from a political drama. I'm your father. These officials sometimes act a bit like the Yakuza. I don't want their badge disrespected. It's normal for them to ignore opinions opposing the decisions they've made, even if they realize the office is in the wrong. So, if they listen to us, other people will come to the office to get their cases taken care of. That's exactly it. I don't want people challenging their decisions. If your decision doesn't survive being challenged, maybe you should rethink your decision. You know?
Yeah, but the thing is, they're gonna get more work. People will all feel like they have a chance to change it. That's what they want to avoid.
Again, if your decision can be challenged, so you can feel challenged to the point where you get all topsy-turvy so easily, maybe you want to rethink what you're doing.
Third Ranger! Congratulations on spiting, Skinner.
Thank you very much. Now,
accidental, all caps.
It's never accidental. Oh. I always feel challenged. As does Tifa, apparently. Why are you falling asleep, girl?
Because I'm really tired.
From what?
Are you seriously asking me that?
She's been working most of the day.
Bitch, the entire weekend.
Yeah, skill issue. Did you see me do that? Yeah, exactly. Everybody who wants to shame Tifa for working too much, now's your moment. They will listen to your appeal, but they'll never change their stance unless there's something odd going on. Plus, this time Satoko-san's case is nothing special or noteworthy to him. Tifa's right! This time.
Always.
I'm gonna change this command to decide randomly whether Tifa is right or wrong. Just so you know.
That wasn't requested.
So? I
Then
can...
you can't change it.
I can change whatever I want. I'm the one in front of a computer.
No, this is a 2-people stream, which means you need 2 votes to change something.
Everybody in favor? 2 votes. There we go.
You count for half.
Really? See? See, if Tifa was wrong, you would have gotten the Egbert High emote. Yes, Tifa?
It would have been really funny if it actually popped. My heart started beating for a second. This thing better not appear now.
Okay.
No, it hates all of us.
Guess we're all not blessed by our users today.
Not taking a side.
You want to lean back into the screen or you want to keep going that way? Rigged. Slightly, I guess.
Definitely.
He may have taken her away from where she lived, but it's a legal act since he has parental rights. It's not like a parent without custody forcing his child to live with him. After all, he's the only blood relative she has. There's nothing, legally speaking, that prevents them from living together.
I have a mosquito bite under my chin, and now that I know it's there, it's so itchy.
Deal with it. That's what you get. Time for lunch break. Almost done with the first draft of this next video. Nice. About 6 minutes of footage left to sift through.
Oh, nice.
I
so
believe
close.
in you. You can do this, Ranger.
Enjoy your lunch break.
Yes, please. What you having?
Lunch.
But that's not the case with Satoko and her uncle. You know that too. You know how violently he abused her last year. Yes, Mr. Policeman, maybe help the case. That was last year. The Child Consultation Center can't do anything about it if he tells them that he feels remorse over what happened then. What? Is that how easy it is? Tifa, I'm sorry I beat the shit out of you 12 months ago. I feel bad about it.
Yeah, but they have no proof. There's no case. It's only hearsay, and the victim is denying it.
More than anything, Satoko-san told them that he's not abusing her. That's because last year Satoko relied on her brother and she deeply regrets overburdening him. So, as far as she's concerned, seeking help feels like she's betraying her brother. I see. It might be very difficult to persuade the Child Consultation Center in that case. Well, anyway, for reasons like that, the center can't understand why you and your group is pressing the issue so hard. We're just trying to let them know that Teppei is a violent person and that we can't let Satoko stay with him. But why? You weren't here in Hinamizawa last year. I don't think you know much about Teppei-san. Why are you so sure that he's dangerous? Are you serious? You know this person. You know what he's done. You know the circles he's in. How are you... What?
He's asking for Keiichi's standpoint.
He knows what we somehow know.
I think Oishi is just challenging him from the point of view from the Child Consultation Center.
That was a hard question to answer. He was right, I didn't know much about Teppei. I'd never even seen his face. But I just know. Way back in a different world, I didn't save Satoko, I just stood by and... I've seen the world where Satoko was irreversibly broken. We all cried and regretted it. I couldn't explain that to Ooishi though. My friends had understood my premonition, but it's weird for someone to be so aggressive just based on what he saw in his imagination. Yeah, good luck pulling the "well, I've seen it a different life" card. Also, question. Is Higurashi technically an isekai story?
No.
Why not?
Because it doesn't fall under the definition, I think.
Isn't isekai somebody dies and gets reborn in a different world? Isn't that literally what keeps happening to Rika?
I feel like it has to be a very different type of world.
Where does it say that?
I don't know. Let me look up the definition for you.
Also, Ranger's not sure what to make yet for lunch. Feed the kids first and see what I feel. Fair enough. Potato. Thank you, Psycho.
For lunch is a good one.
Isekai means another world. Well, technically I'm right then.
Isekai is the term...
Keep reading. That's the AI overview bullshit on Google.
It doesn't matter because this is what it is. Where a protagonist is transported to or reborn into a different, unfamiliar world.
Which is what's happening to Rika.
Yeah, but it's not an unfamiliar world.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It's a familiar world.
It's different. It's different. It means another world. That's what's happening.
I personally wouldn't count this as isekai.
The isekai police has decreed that I'm wrong. Having a Monte Cristo at the Hugs. That sounds nice. Please enjoy it.
What is that?
A sandwich.
What's on the sandwich?
A Monte Cristo. That's why it's called that. Different but not unfamiliar. Potato.
Time loop isn't an isekai.
It's not a time loop though, because sometimes things are different. Yeah, I get it, I'm wrong. Fine, I'll accept.
Ham, turkey, and cheese
deep fried.
That really sounds like I want it.
Meanwhile, I mentioned it earlier, but sometimes a divorced couple battles over custody of their child. A couple can sue each other, and sometimes relatives sue the couple too. Some of them decide to sue their partner. Some of them decide to sue their partner, not for the child, but just because they hate them. This case is a bit similar to something like that. It looks as though you're taking the actions you are because you hate Teppei Hojo. Yes, because he's a piece of shit who shouldn't be around children, or anybody for that matter. The Child Consultation Center needs to determine if you're doing this out of hate or out of genuine concern towards Satoko-san. Not all people go to the center out of goodwill like you. We can only make a decision after carefully determining if the information given by the petitioner is genuine or not. You need to understand that. The beautiful thing here is, my concern for Satoko and my hatred for Teppei are the same thing. Because I hate him because I'm concerned for her, and I'm concerned for her because I hate him. So you're saying that because I was too direct with them, they've mistaken my appeal as one born of ill will? No, you don't have to worry about that. Just please try to understand that they have to evaluate it carefully. If they put a child under protection every time they get a report, the nation would careen out of control. Would it though?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for confirming, Tiva. That's right. I think there was a passage in the civil law book the center showed us that first day. The family of a prosecutor must make an appeal to the family court. The family issues have to be resolved within the family. An outside appeal might move the center to take action, but an outsider can't tell them how to respond. And when it comes to that, Satoko's only family is her uncle. Since her uncle obviously wasn't going to do anything about this, Satoko would have to seek help on her own. But Satoko is denying that she's being abused at all. This isn't going anywhere. Okay, I have a solution. Find Satoshi. No? Then this is solved.
They already tried. That's gonna take longer.
No, not try to find Satoshi. Succeed in finding him.
It's gonna take longer than what they're doing now.
Should I write down a prediction that is born from hope, not born from knowledge?
I think he's gonna return by himself in this chapter.
I think it would be amazing if Akasaka isn't just on a trip with his wife, but Akasaka is also following clues about Satoshi's whereabouts. And when he returns to Hinamizawa, he brings Satoshi along. I would like that.
That would be interesting. But I think if Satoshi is going to show up, it will be by his own accord.
Where's he then? I don't know.
You can write it down, see which one comes true.
No, I don't think that's likely though. I think Satoshi is just gone. I think that's gonna be one of those things that's just gonna stay like this throughout the entirety of Higurashi.
I'll write mine down anyway.
What was yours?
That if Satoshi shows up, it's out of his own accord. He comes back himself.
It's of his own accord?
Yeah, he comes back himself. No one found him, no one told him anything.
Okay. For some reason my keyboard is angrily blinking at me that it's trying to connect to the computer. How did I just type if you're not connected, my friend? Willingly, yes. That's the regular people word I would have used. The consultation center is simply hoping that you'll give up. We have other cases that need more urgent attention. But we're not sure yet if I should ask you to give up. That's what I want to tell you today. What do you mean? I don't get it. Maebara-san, when you visited them today, did they treat you better than yesterday? Yeah, a bit. We were taken to a bigger room and the manager came to see us too. You might think that the manager is ranked just a little above the regular staff members. However, his position is as high as that of a section chief in a regular company. That means nothing to me. It's very difficult to achieve that position. The person you talked to today is actually a very powerful man, more than you could imagine.
Like Abteilungsleiter, I guess would be the equivalent in Germany.
The equivalent?
Equivalent, whatever.
Equivalent.
Whatever you pronounce it.
Equivalent is when you have an equivalent with hedgehogs.
You know damn well what I'm saying.
I know,
I'm
but it's
tired. Don't make me say big words.
First of all, you made yourself say big words, but also I'm saying this because it sounded adorable to me. Not to
Because I
make fun
am
of.
adorable.
A quail event? Or
Yes,
that?
exactly.
Or that. And that is actually why Rika keeps dying. Because of a quail.
Stupid quails. That's why people eat their eggs.
They also eat the quails. Isn't a quail a really small bird?
Yes, it is. Like the eggs are super tiny.
Why would you eat that? It's like, I can inhale you if I want to. Why would I eat you?
So that you're fancy.
Look at you eating big birds. I eat small birds. And I get it. People need to eat something, and at some point we started eating quails, so we still do it. I get it. It's not normal for them to do that. The manager normally never shows up for a consultation. You need to recognize that the treatment you got today was a very special one. It never seemed that special to me. I thought we were taken to a big room because you went there with more people. And Reina told him to adjust to us. Because you were so well organized, we're suspecting that you're not the actual leader, and that the Sonozaki family are the ones behind this movement. I'm sure you know how powerful the Sonozaki family is in this village. I do. But it has nothing to do with the Sonozaki family. We're simply fighting to save our friend. Mion hasn't even mentioned her name. I don't think she needs to mention her name for them to realize it's her. They've seen her, probably. It's like, why would she eat a cherry tomato? No, that I understand. The difference is a quail can fly, a cherry tomato doesn't. With plants, I never asked myself, it's like, why are we eating this? Oh, because I can just do this, and then I harvested it. But a quail, you don't just go...
That's exactly what you do.
I don't believe, Tifa, the first person to ever prepare quail to eat it just went through I don't even know where quail live. I guess a forest. They went through a forest and went, oh, a small bird. And just plucked it out of the air.
Yeah, that's how dodos became extinct.
Dodos were really big.
It doesn't matter, it's the same principle.
Birds don't grow on trees, they just live in them. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, cook the eggs first. The quail is actually the state bird of California. I didn't know that. Okay.
Wait, what is it?
I guess it's because it's easy, right? Because you can apparently just go to a quail place and go pluck them up. They look so cute. Tifa just googled quails.
They look kind of adorable. I've actually only seen them, I think, as dinner.
I've also only seen them as food. Going past the store and seeing, oh, we serve quail.
Actually, I have seen quails quite often, now that I see the...
Wait, that's a quail?
That's a quail, yeah.
Oh, snap!
This picture that's the California quail.
Oh, that's fancy, that's like a pompadour.
Yeah, that one just looks fancy as fuck.
Okay. They're so round, they look adorable.
We know the common quail.
Common quail looks adorable too.
They all look adorable.
Now put that away because before I
keep
keep talking about birds. Usually only see one alphabet, so that's a Q. Fair enough. That's what the Child Consultation Center wanted to know. It's their normal routine to politely refuse a huge crowd of petitioners. However, things would be different if this was Oreo Sonozaki-san's idea. Oreo-san holds great sway in the city's government. No one can go against her wishes. I'm aware that Mion's grandmother is very powerful, but that has nothing to do with this.
Lie. Say it is. Use this to your advantage.
Yes, exactly.
What are they gonna do? Ask her themselves? Of course they're not going to do that. Use that power.
No, that's how you end up dead from the Sonozakis, because you crushed Oreo. Ask Mion if it's okay to do this, and when she comes back and goes whatever, then you do it.
Say it in such a way that it could be implied that this is Oreo's wish, but you don't actually say it, so that in the end you can throw it on a misunderstanding.
Do you see that the heirs to the Sonozaki Empire are with us? Like that. In order to make that clear, the local government officials have approached the Sonozaki family in secret. They met Oreo-san and asked her about this case.
No, now it's too late.
They were going to take action if they found out it was her idea, but they soon discovered otherwise. So, they're not going to take any action anymore. It's not just that. Oreo-san is now aware that there's a commotion going on within the village. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but some people in the village still hold a grudge against the Hojo family, the traitors of the dam conflict. Ever since the curse of oyashiro-sama, the Sonozaki family has been telling people not to interact with the Hojo family. You might wake up a sleeping dog if you continue to make all this noise. What happens if I wake the dog up? Then you wake up with a horse head next to yours. Undercut the head of a Sonozaki? A bold move. You should have tased her first. I don't know. Ooishi paused for a while and drew on his short cigarette. I'm not saying that you'll be threatened or that they'll hurt you. However, you just moved here and you're starting to get to know people from the village. But soon enough you might get to see the underside of this place.
Do you like fingernails?
The issues between the Hojo family and the Sonozaki family. Well, village-wide matters have been slightly taboo in our group, but we may have to go down that road now. It's a fact that we haven't got any support from adults except for the school teachers and Irie. Other adults in the village must know what happened between Satoko and Teppei last year. They all understand that it would be a disaster if we don't rescue Satoko as soon as possible. However, no adult came forward to help us. If we continue our movement, will the people who hate the Hojo family become our enemies too? Yes. That's possible. The Sonozaki family may get involved if you continue this commotion. You could say that the Sonozaki family is anti-Hojo. Can Tifa get some lines? I'm trying to drink my tea. If you try to save Satoko-san using people from Hinamizawa, that shows huge disrespect towards the Sonozaki family. It could create a huge problem. By that point I knew. This was a warning, not just advice. An ignorant young man in Hinamizawa is making noise, trying to wake up a sleeping dog. I know you've taken a liking to this place and that you're really doing your best here. That's why I thought I should let you know about this. I'm sorry if I upset you. I love Hinamizawa. I've made a decision to make this place my home. I'm motivated about the big job I got from the festival too. Would it really be wise for me to try and create all this trouble? I'm just speaking as your friend, nothing more. I'm not trying to threaten you or anything like that. I'm not trying to make you do anything you don't want to. I just wanted to give you this information. Ooishi smiled at me, then stomped on his cigarette. I thought I had just made the decision to do what was right. But was that only the stupid idea of an ignorant little boy? Did I need to grow up right now and think about this again? Dark clouds hung over my heart. But wait a minute. Did that mean I didn't even have the courage to risk losing something? Was I not brave enough to save Satoko at all? I had to be the red fire. I couldn't give up even if everybody else did. I had to fill other people up with righteous flames just like I was. What's the matter? What a bold smile you're wearing right now. Thank you for the valuable advice, but I can't give up no matter what you tell me. I won't stop even if the whole world tells me to. Even if the whole world is against you, huh? You're a stronger man than I thought. If the whole world is telling me that I'm making a mistake, I'll have to stop and reevaluate myself. However, I've already talked about Satoko's case with my friends over and over again. This isn't just my idea. I'm confident that our decision is the very best one to make. I agree with you, Maebara-san. And people like you tend to make hasty and dangerous decisions. However, all of you are being very rational about this. You're making a democratic appeal. Just like Dr. Irie was saying, there's nothing wrong with your methods. I know! I'm positive that we're not making any mistakes. We're doing our best to save our friend. We're not going to give up just because we feel threatened. We are her true comrades. I have faith in us, even if the rest of the world doesn't. That's what friendship is all about. Is Keiichi winning this? Is he destroying the confines of fate through willpower?
That's what we're hoping for, isn't it? Or that's
Nice.
what Rika especially is hoping for. Question is this gonna still make a difference?
It's gonna make some difference. Whether it comes to a good ending is a different question.
Well, the best thing to do now is to have them hurry up with that background check. So that after they can make a full decision on that. And then go like, hey, we looked into it, we're not gonna do anything. Or, hey, we will.
Like I don't want you to do these things because I'm saying them. I want you to do these things because I'm telling you the truth. I'm giving you information you don't have yet. You know? Some grits and a latte too. Please enjoy. Where's my coffee, Tifa?
You want a coffee? I can make one in the break.
Term for the power of friendship is Yujo power. Do you know that Yujo power spelled backwards is race car?
I had a vague feeling.
You have a strong will. Not even my detectives are as strong as you are. Ooishi-san gave me a wicked grin of admiration. I could tell from that grin. He wasn't trying to pressure me at all. It was exactly the opposite of that. He had shared this information with me to confirm that I was ready to face this challenge. I didn't even have to consider whether his words were advice or a warning. Every man has many things he wants to keep believing in, even if others don't share that belief. Of course it's important to listen to advice with sincerity, but some beliefs you still can't turn away from. That's what being a man is all about. It's a shame Tifa will never understand this because she's not a man. You know?
I was already so confused during this.
I didn't know determination is sexist like that. I also have a strong will, you know? Yeah, the strong will to ruin these stories, you fuck. About 5 years ago, a person who was like a brother to me was killed. He was murdered.
Wait, 5 years. Who was the first to die in the...
His friend. The damn construction
Oh, the damn
foreman
construction
worker
guy, yeah.
The case was declared solved. But I'm continuing an investigation alone because I suspect there's another person in control behind the scenes. The department told me that I was wasting my time. They told me to stop. But just like you, I can't give up. Are you getting close to finding out who did it? I don't know about that. Anyway, if your resolve is that strong, then there's nothing for you to fear. Just follow through on your beliefs. I'm often threatened to show more restraint if I want to keep my full retirement paid to myself, but I've never given in. There's a lot of things we men can't convey without being unwavering. Am I exactly right? We can't give up no matter how risky it will be. It's important to pursue your goal. And even if you end up playing into their hand, that's what being a man is about. If you're going down, then go down fighting. Can you still follow the story, being a woman and all?
I'm having a hard time, but I think I understand the gist of it a little bit.
Peak 80s level of writing. You're right. Waffling between whether to go or go back isn't the attitude of a real man. That's how a man should be. We bumped our fists together, reaffirming that real men are the same, regardless of their generation.
Are women allowed to do that?
It's okay, you're playing the role of a man. It wouldn't be a simple road to saving Satoko, but I was never going to give up. I was going to save her. I had no doubts about that.
He got it.
Being informed is better than being in the dark. With the truth, you can decide for yourself. No, Dark Lord, that's not manly. Manly is making a decision and sticking with it. This is so dumb.
Awfully deep, but yeah, I think this was very nice of Oishi. Sending the bread back. I think before going into the tips, we should take a short break.
Yes, please. That would be nice. And I would love if... I don't even know how old Ryukishio-7 is, but imagine if for a second I thought you were licking your hand.
Why would I do that?
Because it sounded like it before I looked at it.
What is the sound of licking your hand? Licking your hand doesn't sound like anything.
True. I don't know. ASMR, I guess. I would love to see something as... Ryukishio-7 is 51, born in 73. Okay. I would love to see something written by Ryukishio-7 that doesn't have to rely on the 80s sexism.
I didn't feel like this was really sexism during the talk, though. It's just two guys talking about being manly.
Yeah, that is true.
Like, nowhere did they say a woman wasn't. They were just talking amongst themselves. I didn't feel like this was sexist.
I hear you, and your opinion on this is more important than mine, given the simple fact that you are a woman. But is Tifa right this time?
I didn't feel discriminated against. I didn't feel anything sexist.
Are you sure you understand these feelings? I mean, after all, you're not a very girly girl. Do you have any plushies? That's a very feminine thing.
I think you have more than I do.
I want to say, maybe I'm nitpicky like this, but there is plenty of needlessly gendered attributes in the story. Does it make perfect sense to me, having grown up shortly after the time this plays? Yes, that's very in error, but do I love it? No. That's all I'm saying. The writing makes perfect sense. It perfectly captures the spirit of the 80s, I want to say. Just saying, I'm happy we've slightly moved on from it.
I feel like these conversations still happen on a daily basis. And I don't really still don't see what was wrong with this.
That's fine, Tifa. Lupus was nice. Okay. I keep, when I hear Loopers, I keep thinking about the movie with Bruce Willis and, what's the other guy?
I was thinking of Serial.
He played Robin, sorry, spoilers, he played Robin in The Dark Knight Rises. He also played...
Joseph Gordon...
Yes, exactly. Thank you. I was thinking, how did Tifa realize from my clue? Dark Lord gets it. Thank you, yes. I'm always thinking Looper, I think the movie was called. The one with the time... Spoilers. Okay. Mineko is also pretty equal opportunity when it comes to men versus women. Okay. Fair enough. I haven't read Sakoni yet. Do it. Do it fast and then report back, please. Anyway, short break. BRB.
BRB. We're back.
We have indeed returned. Let's check out the teams. No relations. Please don't be Hariyama. You're Shimika.
Please hold on a moment. I'll get her. Oreo-san, someone from the municipal government is calling. Hello.
Hello, Sonozaki-san. This is Aida from the municipal government. Thank you very much for your hagi the other day.
You're quite welcome. Thank you for your work at the Culture Festival. Also for providing that large parasol. How much does that thing cost? We use it every year, so we might as well buy one ourselves.
We bought that one from a teacher. I checked out the price, but the domestically made ones cost about 200,000 yen. I also found one made in China and it's less than half the price.
I don't care if it's made in China or not. Just get one so we don't have to cause any more trouble for the teachers.
We're actually ordering it already. Once it arrives, you might want to take a look at it and make a final decision.
Also, we've been holding the same Edo-style tea ceremony for the past 3 years. We should probably get an instructor from a different style. Can you look for a new instructor for next year?
Oh, I see. Will do, ma'am. We'll find a different tea ceremony instructor. About that, advisor, I had something else to ask you about.
And here's me going on about a parasol. So, what do you need?
We were wondering if you were... We were wondering if you've heard anything about the case of Satoko Hojo-san Hinamizawa.
Satoko Hojo? Huh?
Huh? Huh?
You're talking about that blasted Hojo girl? What did she do?
This is like Trump being asked about the Epstein files. Huh? I can't believe anybody's still talking about Satoko Hojo. She's never been a big fact in life.
Thanks, Obama.
She's made up. Well, she's recently moved in with her uncle, but she's being abused apparently. Have you heard anything about it?
Her uncle? Satoko is being abused? I've never heard of anything like that.
Oreo did not kill herself. I too believe that Oreo did not kill herself. And it's super weird that a really important prison like the one that Oreo was in would have a CCTV system in place where every night 1 minute goes missing. And even weirder to announce this on national television, where probably everybody who is inside of that prison now also knows this.
If it truly is the case.
Yes, but if it isn't,
even though that's easy to prove,
there is nothing good in this conversation. If it's true, that's a problem. And if it's not true, you just implied something else. So, you'd think at some point the editor of the Hojos would want her to get back at Teppei, who actively makes the village sound like shit. Exactly.
Yeah, it's like I don't know actually.
I think
but you would think it's the better option to get rid of Teppei.
No, I think it's a matter of, well, all the Hojos are shit. And
you have this super tiny white hair, but it's actually stuck to your face.
I think it's a matter of all Hojos are shit, and if he beats her to death, well, the trash takes itself out. You know? That's the level of spite and generational bullshit hatred we're talking about.
I guess unless he's actively doing something in the village against someone, she's just gonna let him be.
Yeah.
Right now
they
he's
clearly
just
deserve
a piece
each
of
other
shit.
because they're both Hojos, right? I feel like you ruined my hair, even though I did it myself.
I didn't even touch your hair.
I know.
I only touched this little white hair in your beard.
So you touched my hair?
Different hair.
Ha! In your nose. Oh, well, if you don't know, that's okay. To tell her the truth, someone from Hinamizawa came to petition to the Child Consultation Center. According to the center, that petitioner was very persistent. The manager felt that it was better to talk with you if you already knew about it.
I don't know anything and I don't care. Why would I do anything for that pitiful child? The Sonozaki family has nothing to do with this.
Have you heard anything about it from the town council?
No, what are you saying? If Kimiyoshi was helping that blasted Hojo child, then the Sonozaki family would know about it. Who is petitioning that child consultation center?
I heard some of her classmates were there. Well, as far as I know anyway. I guess it's just something that her classmates are doing and the village has nothing to do with it?
Of course not. I don't know anything. The village has nothing to do with Satoko. Well, she did remember her first name.
The contents of his conversation were forwarded to the Child Consultation Center. Oreo wasn't behind the commotion, then they had no need to take the case seriously. The manager told his staff to listen to what the petitioners have to say, but to never say anything promising the girl's safety. Keiichi Maebara-kun, huh? I guess a boy like that will grow up to be a political advocate in the future. If he ever has a future. Sending the brat back.
It's kind of sad though that they decide on whether something is serious or not.
Yeah, but
depending on who backs it up.
That's how politics work, no?
Yeah, that is true. That's how the world works. It's been 3 days since he told her to stay home. He got another call from that annoying teacher again, so he yelled at her and hung up the phone. That woman is too persistent, Teppei thought. She won't give up that easily. He was sure that she'd call the Child Consultation Center again. The biggest reason why Teppei refused to let Satoko go to school was his fear that she'd seek help when going there. She pretended like nothing was wrong when the social worker from the child center showed up, but that was only because he was right beside her.
The child center, where you get all your children if you need one.
It's annoying to say it every line. She'd probably betray him as soon as she got her chance. Then the consultation center would show up immediately. No, maybe even the police would come and get him for assaulting Satoko. One of his friends had told him that the consultation center works with the police sometimes. Teppei had a lot of weight on his shoulders. If the police came, they'd end up questioning him about other trouble he was involved in. He couldn't let that happen. All he needed was the money. Teppei could leave this awful village behind as soon as he found his brother's bank book. Teppei usually stayed at home as he found the way the other villagers looked at him unpleasant.
Meh.
So when playing mahjong with his friends, he played it at Satoko's house.
Even Teppei doesn't want to be there. Yup.
Someone give him the darn book. But mahjong requires at least 4 people. When Teppei couldn't get that many people to come over, he just stayed home alone and watched TV instead. He started using this ample free time to sniff around the house for his treasure. Satoko would end up cleaning the mess he made. Besides, it wasn't his home anyway. What did it matter to him how much furniture he broke? He cleared out the closet and went to the attic. He also pulled out all the chests and searched them thoroughly. His wife had been a pretty clever woman. She must have hid it somewhere very unusual. He messed up the whole first floor and went up to the second floor to search some more. The next moment, Satoko went and tried to tackle him. Not Nini's room.
Oh god. What the hell?
No! You can't go inside Nini's room! Teppei immediately assumed that she was hiding the bank book in there. He threw her off and forced his way inside the room. However, Satoko tried to stop him with all of her might. It was amusing for Teppei to see Satoko resisting him to that extent, but it also surprised him a little. He asked her why she didn't want him to go into Satoshi's room. That room belongs to Nini. Nini will be hurt if he comes home and sees his room destroyed.
You don't want me there just because it's your brother's room? You don't even know if he's still alive.
Nini is alive. He will come back home. Don't destroy his room.
What are you saying? I'm not going to destroy the room. I'm just trying to clean it up.
Smash it to pieces.
Why would you have to save this room for someone who's not there anymore? I need to clean it up.
No! No, you can't! Nini! Nini! No.
The hell? You really don't want me to go inside, huh?
Satoko's crazed behavior convinced him that he should stop provoking her for the moment. While Teppei was very talented at threatening people, despair makes cowards courageous. If he ignored Satoko and tore apart the room, she might just run away. He didn't want Satoko to be nearby, but he also couldn't let her run loose.
Fine then. If you promise to be a good girl, I won't go inside this room, alright? Got it?
Yes, yes.
But if you make me mad, I'm gonna rip this room apart. If you escape from this house or tell people about what's happening, everything there's gonna end up in the garbage. Get it?
Yes. Yes, thank you for giving me a chance. Teppei was sure that the bank book was inside Satoshi's room. But Satoko would lose it if he went inside. He wasn't pleased about the promise he made with her, but at least it would keep Satoko under control. As if he cares about the promise. Might not hurt him to send her off to school.
Just let her go to school, then go in yourself.
If he kept her home again tomorrow, the teacher might come to the house with the police in tow. He was only keeping her at home because he was afraid that Satoko would talk to other people. If she wasn't going to do that, it'd be better for him to send her to school. He could sneak into Satoshi's room while she was out.
That's what I'm saying. Satoko, you've been a good girl, so I guess your cold is all better now. Go back to school tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I wish it was that easy with me when I'm not feeling well. Jack, your cold is over now. Okay, thank you.
He was the one who told her to say thank you when he gives her approval to do something. But it annoyed him to hear her say it over and over.
Get out of my sight, little brat. Gah! So annoying. Oh well, even if for the shittiest reasons, at least something good is happening.
But this doesn't help. Because we need to convince Satoko
To seek help.
To speak up.
Well, what was it? Courage makes cowards dangerous? The Child Consultation Center had finally contacted Satoko's uncle after finding out she was missing from school for 3 days in a row. I'm sure it was because of our efforts that Satoko was able to come to school today. However, we couldn't really celebrate after seeing her painful expression. Satoko, we were so worried about you.
Are you sure nothing happened to you these past 3 days? I really did have a fever the whole time. I'm sorry for making you all worry.
She started telling us why she hadn't been at school. Nobody had even asked her that.
Your uncle must have told her to say that to everyone. It's so painful to see her like this.
Irina seemed more angry than sad. Inside, I felt the same way. It felt like my anger was boiling up and lodging painfully in my throat. He was only letting Satoko come to school because he was now certain that she wouldn't do anything that would put him at a disadvantage. My stomach agrees. He was treating her like a tamed animal. Was it too late already? I thought of a broken Satoko I once saw in my imaginary world. Satoko, do your best, okay?
Of course I will. I'm doing well, even though Nini isn't here with me.
I slowly reached out my hand toward her head. As a reward for you doing your best, I'll pet your head. Do you mind? She didn't reply, but she didn't refuse either. I slowly put my hand on her head. She didn't react to it, but a tear rolled down from her eye all of a sudden. Was she crying because she didn't want to be touched? No, that wasn't it. Rather, it was the opposite. If I stopped petting her head, I'd hurt her feelings. Satoko felt obligated to survive without her Nini. But that didn't mean she didn't want anyone else's help. She couldn't appreciate my patting her head openly. Satoko had no choice but to cry in silence. Is it too late to go to the house now and kill Tepe? Asking for a friend. My friend is everybody in this room.
Satoko-chan, we won't tell anyone if you cry right now.
And after Reina said that, Satoko started crying like a baby. I felt relieved knowing that it wasn't too late. She hadn't yet suffered from the fatal emotional wound that I saw in my imaginary world. However, her tears made it clear that I needed to save her as soon as possible, no matter what the whole world might say to me.
Satoko, everyone is going to help save you. I promise you that. Satoko, we weren't just doing nothing for these past 3 days. Right, Kei-chan?
Right, we're making an appeal to the Child Consultation Center. We're asking them to save you from your horrible uncle.
You don't have to do that for me.
Yes, and we need you to tell them the truth. It's not just us. Right, Tomita-kun?
It's not just me either. Okamura and the whole class are fighting for you.
That's right. We all went to the Child Consultation Center together. We're going today too. Right, Maebara-san? And we're not even weirded out or worried about having to say Child Consultation Center every other line. Yep. We're not going to give up until we save you. All the boys and girls in the class answered my call with their cheers. Whoa, Child Consultation Center! Nothing? Well, I guess she's not one of them. Satoko seemed a little surprised, but then soon became expressionless again.
Is that why the social worker came to my house? That really wasn't necessary of you. Satoko, did he hurt you because of that?
She wouldn't answer. I couldn't tell what that silence really meant. Soon after, Chie-sensei entered the classroom. She must have heard the noise we were making.
Hojo-san, are you feeling better now?
We didn't know for sure if she was really sick or not. All of us, including Chie-sensei, were feeling the same thing.
Yes, I'm fine. I'm sorry for worrying you. Everything's alright now. Will you be attending school regularly from now on? Yes. You don't have to continue worrying about me. You don't have to talk to any more social workers.
No, we do. We really do.
Hojo-san, if you feel overwhelmed, you can come stay with me. I'm on your side, okay? You're welcome at my house anytime. Hey, Chie-sensei, don't act like you're the only one who can help her. Satoko, we're all on your side here. That's right. You can come to my apartment too. We have an extra room, so you can use it as your own. She can't do that. Satoko is my pet. She has to come back to my house. Mita.
You are the only person who's allowed to pull that card, Rika. About that
sweet.
Sonozaki-san.
That's why Mion doesn't say you can come to my house too. Because you won't even get over
the doorstep.
the doorstep.
Yeah. The Temple Child Consultation Center is Jido Sodan Center. So you use that one instead.
I'll just skip the words completely.
Hater. See? You're not alone. Everyone is trying so hard to save you. But I don't know if people at the Child Consultation Center will ever understand how we feel. If what ooishi-san told me yesterday was true, then once they learn this isn't the will of all of Hinamizawa, once they learn that it's only her classmates creating a stir, they might harden their stance against us. All we had planned was to go there with more people and ask for the same thing. Tifa calls it the big 3C.
The only reason why they keep repeating these words, I'm pretty certain, is because you can save at any moment. So at some point, if you would save in between lines and you come back to it later, it doesn't make sense if it would say they or that. So I understand why they repeated every single line to make it make sense what they're talking about at any given time. But in like a in like a flowing conversation, it makes no sense to repeat it every line. It's like when I call you Jack in every sentence.
That is correct, Tifa.
Exactly, Jack. Which is why I'm not doing that, Jack.
Thank you, Tifa, for confirming that, Tifa.
You're welcome, Jack. But I will say it when it makes sense in a line, okay, Jack?
Thank you, Tifa. I would appreciate that.
You're welcome,
Tifa.
Jack.
The Child Consultation Center was going to say the same thing to us too. It wasn't going to be any different from yesterday. They tell us that it's only normal for her uncle to take care of Satoko because he's legally her guardian. They also tell us that there's no proof of any abuse happening. And why do they think that? Because Satoko won't admit that she's being abused.
I appreciate your kindness. But I'm fine.
I mean, they could have just given the building a name. They did. It's called the Child Consultation Center.
That's a lie.
Reina spoke with a smile, but her words cut sharp.
You're not okay, Satoko-chan. You're not fooling us well enough. All of us here and many more people know that you are in pain right now.
Lie better.
That's why we're doing our best to stand up and help you. We're reaching out our hands so we can save you from your struggle. But we can't save you without you helping too. That's wise words.
Oh snap, I forgot about that. If everybody works along, that would have to include Satoko. She's right, Satoko. No matter what we say to the center, they'll tell us that there's no abuse because you're denying that it's happening. We all want to help you, but we can't if you don't accept our help.
I understand. I was like you once. I thought no one could help me. I thought whatever I was doing was the only thing I could do. That's why I didn't even accept my friends' help. But someone taught me something. I can't even remember who it was. But someone taught me something.
Me, when I'm trying to tell you something cool. Oh yeah, the other day I saw a video. I forgot where it was or what it was about, but here's a fun.
The world you want most is right in front of you. But you won't get there unless you take our hands. It doesn't mean anything if we're the only ones reaching out. Satoko-chan, you have to reach your hand to us too. We can take each other's hands and return to the world we wish for.
I think this is a reference to Keiichi talking to Reina in the previous chapter.
That could be. Reina, who told you that? I don't remember. I think I heard it before I went to kindergarten. I can't remember who told me that. But I can still clearly remember that feeling. I'm here because of what that person taught me.
I agree. Whoever it was who taught that to Reina, he wasn't wrong. Satoko, do you think it's better not to ask for help? You think that's the best thing you can do. But you're wrong about that. Look at yourself in the mirror. Is that the face you want to wear? I'm sure it is not. You don't want any part of this world. We can bring you back to the world you want to live in. We're reaching our hands out. Those hands are almost touching you, but we just can't reach far enough. If we could, we'd pull you by the hair to get you out of this mess. But we can't make it. So you have to reach out your hand too. Our hands are right here. They're right in front of your nose. So take them. If you just reach out your hand, we could pull you up into a happier world. Satoko wouldn't reach out her hand. She just stared at mine as though praying for something. Her fingers were shaking, but Satoko wouldn't try to reach her hand toward mine. I felt like screaming out in anger, but I didn't want to scare her. If I did that, she'd never trust me again. All I could do was to wait for her to reach out her hand.
Thank you very much. Really, I do appreciate it, but I really am perfectly fine.
The gods help those who help themselves. There's truth in that.
Unfortunately, yes. Satoko. She needs more time.
I hope she has more time. Satoko needed time to sort out her feelings, but her time limit was getting closer and closer. It was unfortunate that Satoko didn't even realize that herself. The next moment we heard someone approaching our classroom. By the sound of her footsteps we could tell that it was the principal. And so I couldn't tell why Satoko was twitching like she just got electrocuted. The door quickly opened and the principal strode inside. He seemed relieved to see Satoko back in school. However, Satoko reacted both dramatically and bizarrely. She let out an inexplicable scream, ran to the back of the classroom and hid behind the curtain. No one in the classroom could understand her actions. We never even considered that it was because the principal had entered the room. The principal, however, realized it immediately. Satoko was scared to see him. How about you call the Child Consultation Center right now and you tell them about the reaction you just witnessed? Because somebody who isn't being abused generally doesn't react like this.
But why was she scared to see this principal?
Because he's a big man.
Thought he was small.
No. I don't think I've ever seen him, but we only know about him that I think he is bald and he is into martial arts.
I do remember the martial arts, but not the... Well, fair enough, I guess.
God watching kids with bone cancer, a skill issue. I hope not. He's a large bald man. See, there you go.
Okay, fair enough.
Hojo-kun, is everything alright? He spoke in a kind voice, but Satoko was still afraid. It was plain as day to all of us that Satoko was frightened at the sight of a principal, but none of us could understand why. He's wearing a blonde wig.
Oh, once Keiichi had to insult his bald head as punishment.
Yes.
Yeah, true, but I somehow thought he was small.
Are you okay, Satoko? You don't need to be afraid. We're all on your side.
My uncle. My uncle is here.
Everyone here thought for sure that Satoko's uncle had shown up to get her. We all rose up at once, shielded Satoko in a circle and searched the surroundings. I had yet to see her uncle's face, but we were in school now. If someone unfamiliar showed up, I could spot him immediately. If he tried to force Satoko to leave, then forget everything else. I'd end the fight right here. Mion and Shion are thinking the same thing. However, while Satoko remained frightened, we couldn't find any sign of her uncle.
Especially from the adults though, in this case Chie and the principal. This should be proof already.
Yes,
This
call the
should be something you
consultation
can tell them.
center right now. Make them see this for themselves.
She is too scared to admit it. But obviously, judged based on these reactions, she is terrified of him, so she cannot say and admit to it.
How often does Satoko need her injections?
Oh yeah, 4 times a week.
Twice
Oh no,
a
twice
day.
twice a week.
Twice a day, every day. Down from 3 times a day previously.
Not weekly?
No, there was multiple things about is she gonna be fine.
Fair enough. Oh, that probably also starts acting up now.
Satoko was trembling as if he was already here inside our classroom, but there was no sight of him. Finally, I realized the truth. Satoko was frightened by the figure of a principal. I could understand that she'd be scared of his footsteps, but she was still terrified after he showed his face. This wasn't normal. It was made clear to me how much stress Satoko was dealing with. Rika-chan hushed Satoko and whispered into her ear.
It's okay. Your uncle isn't here. Your mean uncle isn't here. He's right there. My uncle is there. He's coming to take me back home. Calm down, Satoko. Did you take your shot today?
Here we go.
My uncle is here. Nini!
A shot? What are you talking about, Rika-chan?
Keiichi, she needs Irie's help. Just tell him that Satoko is in an emergency. Hurry up. I completely forgot about the shots until you said it. Like, it was still somewhere there in the back of my mind, but not that what the implications of that are.
Yeah, they might give her ones to take at home too. And they did give her like a whole package.
Yeah, but she probably didn't take them.
I'm pretty sure she didn't have them on her when Teppei went to the store and grabbed her and then dragged her back home.
Yeah, but even if she did have some there, it was probably Rika reminding her to take them.
Yes.
Hurry up. Chie, let's take her to the nurse's office. What's wrong, Satoko-chan? Satoko-chan?
Let's call the coach. She needs to see a doctor. Does anyone have his number?
I do. Let's go use the phone in the teacher's office.
I headed to the nurse's office after I asked Mion to make a phone call to the doctor. There were lots of students surrounding the office. Chie-sensei was forcing out the other kids who had entered the room with him. I snuck behind her and entered it myself. Satoko was lying down on the bed, still shaking with fear. Reina and Rika-chan were there with her and were trying to calm her down. I spoke quietly so as to not scare Satoko. Is she okay? What's going on with her?
I don't really know, but she's very scared. She thought the principal was her uncle.
Hearing that made it easier to understand, but it was still hard to believe. He had been right in front of us and had spoken to her in such a kind voice. It was really hard to believe that she couldn't tell that it was the principal.
when there's a dark spot on the wall, what does it look like to you? What? People who hate flies will think it's a fly. It may look like a spider or a cockroach, if that's what you hate. People tend to sense something they don't like when they can't really tell what that something is. She thought of her uncle when she heard the principal's footsteps.
But she was still scared even after he showed up.
The illness Satoko has prevents her from correcting those misassumptions easily.
What does she mean, illness? I tried to ask Rika-chan that, but Satoko was becoming even more frightened. Rika-chan held her hand gently and tried to calm her down. Reina tapped my shoulder. She was indicating to me that we should leave Rika-chan and Satoko alone in the room. I agreed with her. Satoko was in tremendous shock. We're going back to the classroom for now.
Yes, please do.
Reina and I left the nurse's office. My classmates were still asking Chie-sensei about Satoko's condition. As soon as they saw me, they walked over and asked how she was. Let's leave it up to Rika-chan for now. Satoko is very frightened. Please don't do anything to make her afraid. She would only get more scared if we continue to make this much noise.
Let's go back to the classroom. Coach will be here soon and he'll take care of her. You called him, right, Micho? Yeah, he'll be here right away. He said to let Rika-chan take care of her, and not to let her out of the nurse's office. Get back to class, everyone. We're going to start homeroom.
That's gotta be one of the most awkward classes I've ever been in. While the teacher took our attendance, a car arrived on the school premises. Everyone's attention was drawn to it. 3 people with white gowns came out of the vehicle. Irie ran into the school in a hurry. We were surprised to see 3 people show up. It made us all worry that Satoko was in a worse shape than we'd realized. Chie-sensei felt the same way. She left the class to me and hurried to the nurse's office. Despite our worries, Satoko returned to the classroom about 10 minutes later. She was still as depressed as she was in the morning, but she was no longer in a state of panic.
Satoko, are you okay now? I think you should rest some more. I'm sorry for scaring you. I'm fine now. Satoko-chan?
Satoko seemed bothered by the way we were worrying about her. Why did I swallow half the sounds in that sentence? Satoko seemed bothered by the way we were worrying about her.
Might have just been you, because I heard no difference.
Okay. We were worrying about her. Chie-sensei also returned to the classroom. At the same time, I snuck out so I could talk to Irie and his staff. I saw him talking with Rika-chan. Coach, is Satoko really okay? Maebara-san. Yes, she's fine for now. We should keep an eye on her though.
It was just a little panic attack. She's all good now.
Just a little panic attack? Are you sure? You were saying that Satoko has some kind of illness. Well, I should be going. Please call me if anything happens. Coach bowed and left without making any comment. It was like he was avoiding my question about Satoko's condition.
Keiichi, can you promise to keep a secret?
What? Oh, sure.
Satoko's been sick since a few years ago. She's been getting treatment for that illness for a long time.
It was surprising to hear that. That meant she was already sick when I first met her. I'd never seen any sign of that though.
That disease can't be cured easily. But she can live a normal life as long as she gets proper treatment and medication.
Is she okay? He asks a dozen times in half an hour with Satoko crying and shivering like hell.
Yeah.
Look at Ranger getting the Egbert high emote.
Ranger popping
Nice.
the eggy. Congratulations.
Is she okay?
It comes, I think, from a not knowing what else to say.
Yeah. It's I feel like I need to do something, but I don't know what to do. So the next best thing is like, is she okay?
Yeah.
Keiichi, can you keep a secret? Yes. So can I, Keiichi. Yes. I see. It sounds like it's under control. I had no idea that she was sick until you just told me about it. She should be fine, right? She was hardly in a good condition, so that makes me hesitant to use the word fine. What kind of disease could Satoko have? Based on what I saw earlier, she might have a mental illness rather than a physical one. It might be because of how she was abused in the past. I've heard that mental trauma is not easy to cure and it needs medical attention at times. That must be what's going on with her.
Satoko has to take 2 shots every day. Since her uncle was bullying her, she forgot to take her shot this morning.
You mean Satoko becomes emotionally unstable if she doesn't take those shots? Rika-chan nodded quietly. Really, it was quite a shock. The Satoko I know is an energetic and mischievous girl who's always bouncing around like a super ball. I couldn't believe that she turned into a scared little animal just by forgetting to take a shot. Like an alcoholic, kind of.
Need a shot every morning.
And lunch.
Tequila.
And dinner. And supper. Yeah.
She becomes very afraid when she doesn't get her shots. When something happens suddenly, or when she hears a strange noise, or sees something unusual, she feels like there are things that are coming to harm her.
So, she thought her uncle came to the school when she heard the principal's footsteps.
That's right. Once she convinced herself that the footsteps belonged to her uncle, that became the truth for her. Even after she saw his face, her mind told her that it was her uncle.
You said she can't organize information quickly enough. Is that what her illness is all about? I don't even want to know what the disease is. What? Of course I would want to know so I can look it up, so I can learn something about it. What? Huh? She thought there was another dog at the door on the TV. Basically. You said she can't organize information quickly enough. Is that what her illness is all about? I don't even want to know what the disease is called. I feel so bad for her. I had no clue that she'd been fighting this condition for so long. That poor girl.
Keiichi, please don't tell Satoko anything about her illness.
Why not? I guess I shouldn't ask. It might not be a nice thing to talk to her about her mental illness. I guess that's what she's trying to tell me. She came back to the classroom, but is she okay now?
Irie gave her an injection, so she's alright for now.
She's seriously sick to the point where she requires a doctor's attention. I realized something in the next moment. Hey, maybe we can have her be hospitalized. We can't force her to stay in a hospital even if she refuses. That way we can save her from her uncle. Yes, that's a great idea. Yes, locking somebody up in a hospital is a great idea for them.
It's the better alternative, for sure.
I hear you. I don't disagree.
If Irie says it's necessary, then no one will stop him. And you can take her against her will.
Can you though?
I think yes.
Can you though?
Yes, she's a minor.
Can you though if you read the line?
Irie suggested that before. But Satoko refused. Satoko has no say. Satoko is a minor, at least until you're like, what, 16? You have no say in this. You can drag her there and lock the door.
It's not about her refusing or not. If a Tifa's getting to me. It's not about her refusing or not. If a doctor tells her to stay.
Keiichi, if Satoko doesn't go back home, her uncle is going to get rid of her Nini's room.
What?
Satoko feels obligated to protect the Hojo residents until Satoshi comes home.
He was taking advantage of her. Teppei was telling her that he'd get rid of Satoshi's room if she didn't stay with him. But that's horrible.
Please don't tell anyone about this. She is not good at controlling herself, so she might get very angry about this.
Okay, I have a solution for this problem. make her go without her medicine again, and then try to force a situation in which Keiichi becomes indistinguishable from Satoshi to Satoko.
I feel like this situation is already enough. But they're just gonna put it on her medication.
No, but
because then they can go like, oh, it's not the uncle, it's the medication, lack of medication that makes her act up.
And he is not making sure she gets that, so...
Nah.
Jack, please. I'm not saying that's a great idea. I wouldn't want to use it. But if I can save somebody's life by tricking her into believing I'm somebody that she's waiting for hopelessly, don't traumatize the poor girl further.
I don't think it would work.
She brought up...
Rika just knows that. Well, they have been together now the entire time.
That's true.
I have a feeling Satoko just told her.
She brought up Shion, but I was also furious about it. I had to calm down though. I needed everyone's help in order to save Satoko. I couldn't ruin everything by acting foolishly. I had no time to stop. Damn it! If Satoko asked us for help, we could help her right away. Just because she hadn't asked didn't mean she didn't need it. As her friends, we had to help her. Especially after learning that she was controlling her by Especially after learning that he was controlling her by threatening to get rid of Satoshi's room. She told you that he's threatening her, right? Can't we take that as an SOS? This is aggravating. Yeah, she might totally freak out and shove Keiichi off a bridge. Wouldn't be the first time that's happened.
Or that.
Yeah. Before we continue this, I need a second break. Because I'm out of tea and I need some more.
BRB.
BRB.
Oh shit, so cool though. Oh, we're back. I didn't know you already pressed the button.
Are you ready? Yes.
I didn't see you press the button.
Okay,
it got really
once
cold.
more.
We're back. I thought you were waiting.
For what?
I don't know.
Asked you if you're ready to go. You said yes, I pressed the button.
Yeah, but then you pulled your hand back, so I thought you were waiting. And then I got cold shivers anyway.
How about you have cold shivers in frame, by the way?
So yeah, it's really cold all of a sudden. It is.
Rika-chan nodded slightly. Where's my mouse there?
Keiichi. For a second I thought the keyboard was empty.
No, I had turned it off for some reason. Apparently when I got up. Oh well.
We don't have much more time left.
That I was all too aware of. She had a panic attack just because she didn't take her shot this morning. But if she stayed in her current environment, it'd be too late to save her in a matter of days. I saw her future when I saw Satoko crying behind the curtain this morning. You good? This is the third day. We have 10 times more people on our side than we had on the first day. But we're not going to stop there.
Keiichi, it won't be that easy to save Satoko. I've tried many times before, but never succeeded.
Really?
You don't remember. But you're different this time. I think you're getting very close to saving her. I believe that you're someone who can defeat fate.
What did she mean when she said I didn't remember? I didn't have time to ask questions, well. Yeah, you're right. I'll defeat fate, just watch me. When somebody says something and you don't quite get the joke but you just play along. Yeah, of course, watch me do the thing. Yeah, I can do the thing. A huge crowd had formed in front of the library. It was hard to believe that over 50 people had assembled in front of such a quiet place.
Kei! Things are getting interesting today. That's Maebara-san, he's our leader today.
Yo, glad to meet you.
Kameda-kun had brought a bunch of athletes with him. They were all really tall and full of spirit. Being greeted by a bunch of big people at once made me feel uncomfortable. I didn't know you were also sizist, Keiichi. Whoops, I shouldn't feel so intimidated. The commander can't act bashful in front of his troops. Following after them were our nameless comrades who sympathized with our plight at Angel Mort yesterday. I hate to say it, but I never expected any of them to actually show up. Seeing them all here to support us made me feel glad. They seem plenty pumped up too, raising up fervorous cries. What? Fervorous? They seem plenty pumped up too, raising up fervorous cries.
The words of a poet.
Kameda-kun did so much for me. He brought not only his teammates, but also people from Angel Mall. I couldn't thank him enough. You can't thank him enough, trust me.
Don't worry, Kay, we're all brothers at Angel Mort. I heard from the people who went to the dessert fiesta today that the dessert named Innocent Blue Sunday is the best one. Let's eat it together this summer.
Means I have a lot of fervor. Indeed. A strong willfulness to achieve their goal. Okay, so a strong... You could have just said they were willful.
I think that about a lot of words they use in this game.
Keiichi-kun, this is incredible. You gathered this many people by yourself?
Hello? I never expected you'd get this many people here. Good job.
Every time Takano does the hee-hee, I'm imagining her doing the Michael Jackson hee-hee. The crotch grab? Of course, yeah, sure, fine, thank you. Thank you for letting my idea die out on the open field.
I don't want to imagine that, so no. Tomitake-san, Takano-san, why are you two here?
Shamona. Does it have any meaning, by the way? Or is that just the sound he makes, or made? Do you know that?
You didn't know?
What?
No, I don't. The line was fitting to a reply to.
Oh.
Put it in your jokes.
See? This is what happens if I do that to you. I think he's actually saying come on, but it's very stylized. Okay, fair enough. Come on. Shamona. Yeah,
It works.
kind of see it. It's better than Tifa's jokes.
Oh, you didn't know? They told us they'd come at the meeting last night. The coach is supposed to be here too.
Sorry I made you wait so long. I'm sorry for being so late. It took me a while to leave the clinic. I just let 4 patients die on the table because I wanted to be here, but...
Whoa! Coach, that's amazing! That's amazing!
The drums are back. Coach had brought some sashes, headbands and banners with him. He was so well prepared. The sashes and headbands read Save Satoko Hojo and the consultation center must take action immediately. They were perfect for our protest. 4 random people greater than Satoko. Oh, that's how you feel about this, huh?
Yeah, not acting also endangers Satoko's life.
That's true. He had brought lots of extras along too. Takano-san and Shion handed them out to other supporters.
You know, Coach, I love that style of yours. But you've earned some respect today. You know, I really like these things. Not all 60 of us know each other. But when we all wear the same headbands, I start to feel a real sense of unity.
It feels like I'm back at the dam conflict. The people of Hinamizawa were wearing headbands and sashes just like these. It was like they were invincible. No one could make them stop. Tomitake-san was exactly right. Even the kids from Okinomiya who were willing to wear the headbands. It was like we were supporting a baseball team. Hirika-san. It took us a while to get all of these made.
Here. Question is, do they take you more serious or not?
I'll do everything I can. I'll do my very best to help us rescue Satoko-chan.
Here, these are yours, Keiichi-kun. It felt like a field trip yesterday, but today is totally different.
Yeah, I agree. I figured showing up in greater numbers would intimidate them, but this has way more impact. Bluffs really are important after all. Yeah, sure. Say in front of your enemy that this is all a bluff.
As if they hear that, they're standing outside. It's just about time. Call us to attention, Captain.
Captain? I'm just the person who set this up. That makes you the captain. Keiichi-kun, you need to act more like a leader. Get up there and stand strong. I walked out in front of everyone while Tomitake-san took pictures. Everyone went quiet and turned their gaze to me. I felt so nervous, but at the same time I also felt really thrilled to see all of our comrades here. Thank you for being here today, everyone. As you know, it's been 4 days since my classmate Satoko Hojo was taken by her uncle. How can he claim to be her legal guardian? He used to beat her and he neglected her for a whole year so he could live with his lover here in Okinomiya. The Child Consultation Center must urgently take care of this matter and save Satoko from him. However, they're putting her case on hold. They just don't understand how much of an emergency this is. Today we're going to attempt our third appeal so as to get them to save her as soon as possible.
For those who saw Satoko-chan at school today, you should all know. She was at her wit's end after only 4 days. We can't leave her in that environment any longer. This is our third attempt. We have so many people on our side too. Let's let them know how important this is. We're not going to neglect our friend.
Can I just quickly say how proud I am of you?
What?
You don't say third anymore. You actually said third.
Really?
Yeah.
Excellent.
You don't want third accidents to happen here. Amazing. This really is the return of a damn conflict.
Maebara-kun wasn't even living here when that happened. This is quite interesting. There must be something about this village that brings people together.
Until it turns out that Keiichi is actually Satoshi. Just you wait. Just you wait.
That's just the culture here, I think. Something like this happening was inevitable.
I come from a city where neighbors don't even know each other's faces. I'm a little jealous. Same.
I was gonna say, you don't know our neighbors' faces.
Some of them, but not all of them.
That's a bit rich coming from someone who keeps complaining about the lack of trains.
Well, yeah, I want all the things I like about town life, while I want all the amenities I want from city life. I just want everything. All units prepare for assault. Give us the order to lay our lives down today, Your Excellency.
Press our demands. Rescue the target. Everyone follow Kei's command.
Yeah. 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 Everyone had that much vigor before we've even entered the building. They had to have heard what was going on outside. In fact, panicked-looking people were staring at us out of the windows. Well, here goes nothing. Irie pushed me forward and I took the first step of our third attempt with a weight of 60 people on my shoulders. That's a lot of people. And a lot of weight. We went through the automatic doors and slowly crossed 20 meters to the counter. How will they take this? The first day it was just a counselor. Yesterday was a manager. Think we'll get the guy in charge today? Today, God.
I don't know. But I'm sure they'll understand just how much we care about her.
Hello? How may I help you today? Same as yesterday. We're here to appeal for immediate action on behalf of Satoko Hojo. At the far end of the office I saw the manager from yesterday talking to a guy sitting behind an important looking desk. I could tell he was intimidated to see so many people. Shion said that this was the day we'd finally close the deal, but I couldn't be that optimistic yet. To be honest, our current numbers were probably the maximum number of people that I could get. So what would we do if things didn't work out today? I put up a brave front, but internally I was nearly cracking with the anxiety. But looking at the hopeful, encouraging expressions on Reina's face as she walked beside me helped me disperse those timid feelings. Reina might hold the very same worries inside of her heart. Everyone must be wondering if we can really save Satoko or not. But today we were supporting each other by hiding those worries. That was unmistakably our team's strong point. We could never have gathered so much energy and strength if we were alone. That power can only be created when people work together. Just like us. The power of I'm working too much. And the power of... because I keep inhaling too much air.
I have both powers today.
Same. Less yawning when you do. It takes forever for a drop of water to wear away at one rock, but a tsunami can break it into pieces in a second. The manager approached the counter. He started speaking to me, saying that as the meeting room wasn't open today, he couldn't let us all into one room. However, the head of the office was willing to see us, so we could use the reception area in front of his desk. Since the room is so small, however, he asked us to choose 3 representatives to come inside. I am truly sorry. We hope you understand this is out of concern for our visitors and show that we are willing to cooperate. Show that you're willing to cooperate even. We were here with all of these people and they were only letting 3 of us inside.
Okay, fine, but then all of us want to appeal separately.
We'll take turns. I wanted to refuse the offer, but Mion told me to take it.
If we occupied the office with our numbers, they could fault us for obstructing their business. I think they're intimidated enough. The head of the office is willing to talk with you today. I think that's the best treatment you can get from them.
Just come back tomorrow.
They're all shaking like scaredy cats. Meow meow. Still, it's definitely a lie that the meeting room isn't available today.
How do you know that?
That's definitely it. They just don't want them all in the room.
I now see Keiichi as a representative of Hinamizawa.
Gotta kick Oreo off the throne.
Just tase her.
I think so too. But Michan is right. I think they're intimidated enough.
The head of the office is the top of the whole organization. If he's willing to talk to us, we might have to compromise as well.
If we refuse to see him, that will go on the record. So take the doctor along, because he will have quite a bit of say. As a respectable person, his opinion will go farther away.
Also with the whole thing of him having been called for an emergency because she was having a massive panic attack.
Yep. We don't want them to be able to claim that we refuse to talk to him.
I think we should make it clear that we're here to have a conversation. It was good to get suggestions from so many different people. If it was only me, I would have just gotten pissed off and left. That was probably not the best idea. Once again, I felt how important it was that we were a team. I understand. 3 of us will go talk to him then. But who should it be?
Keiichi-kun, you have to go. Other than you, I think Coach and Michan would be the best choice. If the head of the office recognize me, they'll think that this is the Sonozaki family's doing.
Too late.
I can't let them think that, since my family has nothing to do with this case.
Fair.
I'm really sorry, but it's those adult circumstances again. Saving Satoko is our fight. That old hack has nothing to do with this anyway.
Preach!
How about you, Reina-san? You should go and talk with them. I don't mind, but how about you, Rika-chan? Me? As Satoko-chan's best friend, I think you should be a representative.
Rika-chan is a quiet girl, so it'd be hard for them to understand what she's thinking. However, she is Satoko's best friend. She had been living with her for the past years, if they were family. She has the strongest bond with Satoko out of any of us. And it should be Irie anyway, because he knows all about this and he's treating her and he can bring all of us up.
Yeah, but he's already in it.
No, it's Keiichi, Reina and Rika.
No, it was Keiichi, Irie and me on the first suggestion. And Mion said, I can't.
Alright, Coach, Rika-chan and me, we're going in.
See? Roger. I'll get everyone under control.
Mion winked at me and started explaining the situation to everyone else. Go outside and riot. Hey, ho, Tepe Hojo has got to go. Hey, ho. Something like that.
Smash him in the brain with a baseball bat. Hey, ho.
That doesn't rhyme.
In this case, it doesn't need to.
I never thought I'd be chosen as one of her representatives. I'm not a very good speaker, so really Reina or Shion should have been picked instead of me. Oh, sorry, this is all your lines.
I was just gonna complain about him not being a good speaker because that doesn't make sense.
Welcome in Skinner, congrats on being first, how are you doing?
What he said. I never thought I'd be chosen as one of the representatives. I'm not a very good speaker, so really, Reina or Shion should have been picked instead of me. But I just couldn't refuse when they told me that Satoko's best friend should be the one to go. They told us to sit on the couch inside the visitors' room. The counselor, the manager, and the head of the office were there. The way they treated us was improving every time we came. I didn't know if today's appeal would change anything, but I was starting to feel the direction of fate shift little by little. What do you think, Rika? Things have changed dramatically in only a few days. I have no idea what will happen next. Hanyu appeared beside me. It had been a while since she showed up. She was assuming that we still wouldn't be able to save Satoko in this world either. She always felt it was best to just watch what happened, without hoping for a positive change. I'd been hurt so many times after being betrayed while hoping for change. Surely that wasn't good for my soul. I've been beaten down over and over again. It's better to be quiet and do nothing. It's better not to expect change. That way, if something bad happens, I won't feel pain. My fate was already a dead end.
It sounds so depressing.
I know.
Just finished getting the grocery shopping in and I'm just chilling before SummerSlam Night 2 in a few hours. How are y'all?
What's SummerSlam Night 2 and why does that happen at such ungodly times?
I assume it is the wrestlings.
Oh.
WWE. There you go.
That is wrestling, right?
Worldwide.
E-wrestling.
Estling. Skinner with a steel chair. Exactly.
Hit each other with LED lamps.
With what?
Those LED lamps.
What?
I've seen a match once where they could use every item they could get and they were hitting each other with LED lamps. You know, like the long hospital ones.
Okay. I don't know if they're LED lamps, but
I
sure.
just had to think of that. World Wrestling Entertainment. That makes more sense.
We got sued by the World Wildlife Foundation. Oh, true, they used to be WWF, right? Like World Wrestling Federation, but then the panda people sued the shit out of them and won. I like that.
Well, if they came first. But was that really true? I did my best in many of my previous lives. However, I'd always acted alone.
So you didn't do your best. You did the best you thought you could do, but was it really the best objectively?
A miracle only happens when everyone combines their efforts. I was starting to feel the depth of what that meant. But even so, that didn't guarantee that we could save Satoko. This was the best chance I'd had so far, certainly, but that still didn't prove anything. I couldn't call it a miracle just yet. A miracle is something far more dramatic, so this wasn't a miracle. Just yet. There was still someone else who needed to reach out for this to become a miracle. Everyone has been working so hard. They truly believe they can bring about a miracle. Say miracle one more time. Who amongst them doesn't believe? Isn't there someone who's not reaching out her hand like everyone else is doing?
I can think of two characters actually. Hanyu, you yokai bitch, and Satoko for understandable reasons. But Hanyu... hater.
Why are you posting empty messages, Psycho?
Miracle. Thank you, Psycho. Seen them use fluorescent light tubes in like ECW. That's brutal stuff. That's what I was thinking, because LED lamps, it's just like a type of light bulb or whatever.
Well, that's the thing I meant.
Yeah.
You know, those super long lights they have in
that
hospital
shatters
hallways.
super easily. Yeah, but can't they just also get you cut really badly? Higurashi is a game about friendship, that is true.
And dying. Basically, it's because of Satoko that a miracle won't occur. Things won't change unless she starts seeking help herself. I know, but that isn't so easy for her. That was a shitty move by them. They sued under the guise people would get confused by World Wrestling Federation and World Wildlife Foundation that wrestling exclusively used the WWF acronym. I agree with them, honestly. It's also about what you get in Google if you would type in WWF. You don't want mixed results up in there. Or the possibility that you would get pushed to another place because something else shows up first.
Based on the dealings... Sorry, how do I put this correctly so that I don't get sued to hell and back for saying the wrong things? Based on how the former WWF, now WWE, has treated the people that worked for them, I want to say, fuck them. So if the panda people show up and slap them around in court, I don't care about anything else. I'm just very much in favor of WWE people losing. It's not about who is doing the best. Like,
that's besides the point, I think. But
I don't care who wins. I want them to lose. I think is the right way of putting it. I accidentally had one of those burst in my hand. It wasn't nice, but I think I was mostly okay. All right.
I don't want them hit on my hand.
Yeah. Vince was in charge for decades and he's a confirmed shitbag for a multitude of reasons. Exactly. But if you keep standing next to shit, you will smell like shit yourself. After a while. I want to say it's one thing to work for a piece of shit and not be aware of that, and then you learn this and then you make a choice. And there is knowing all of this and going along with it, or at least being okay with it. You know, it's iffy to me. Even now he's an exile of his own company. Understandable.
Everyone is trying to save Satoko, but she's not reaching her hand out in return. Before they even came here, they should have tried persuading her first. You think we should tell her to reach out her hand? Yes. Yes. I know that's not an easy thing for her. But it wouldn't be as difficult as waiting for another world as fortunate as this one. In any case, I'm the only one with the key to open her heart. So do it. I'm like family to Satoko. I know she thinks the same. I'm not trying to brag or anything. Satoko's like family to me as well. No, my feelings towards her are even deeper than that. It might be only 1 year for Satoko, but I've spent decades with her.
Like 100 years.
You know, I've just realized something. I know why this isn't yet a miracle.
Oh, here we go.
Why is that? For a miracle to happen, everyone must come together.
I feel like you literally just said that.
Yeah, but she didn't do her part yet. But someone is still missing.
Me.
One person is still not working with everyone. That's why the miracle hasn't occurred.
Is she gonna call out Hanyu for her bullshit?
Nah, it's herself. Are you talking about Satoko? No, it's me. I'm talking about me.
I like that. I like that.
Eureka has been going along with it, but she hasn't worked with it.
Yeah, she has done things, but like every time something went wrong, she's like, oh well, I'll just die and try again next time. You understand that the WWF is just as scummy, right? I don't know enough about the Wildlife Foundation to have an opinion on that. Did the wildlife people underpay their staff to have super physical fights and then refuse to take care of their well-being?
Underpay their staff, probably.
Did they sex traffic people? Sorry, allegedly, of course. Did they deny the fact that people get hurt when they keep doing things like slamming their heads in?
I think we can agree that they are the less scummy party, if anything.
As far as I'm aware. Allegedly. They've allegedly raped indigenous people to build conservations. Why the fuck do you write graped? You're too TikTok, my friend. That's fucked up, and I don't like that. If that is true, fuck him. No denying that. Or no denying that, no... what's the word I'm looking for? No sugarcoating that.
That is indeed his coming thing.
Yes.
But between the two, I still think when you not talk about anything that has happened there, it was still a good thing.
I'm trying to keep your YouTube VOD cleaner. Don't do that for us.
Appreciate it, but not necessary.
We're usually accused of working with corpos to greenwash their environmental destruction. Okay, that is also bullshit.
That sounds about right.
Full stop. I want to say other companies don't do that, but not in my experience. But still, being as bad as the others doesn't make you good.
I feel like the moment a company has reached a certain age or organization, there's something going on, regardless behind the scenes. There always is.
Yeah, a lot of the time, unfortunately.
You can discuss the levels of scumminess, but there's always something.
Remember when Google got rid of their "Don't do evil" mantra? Why would you get rid of that? Just asking. Why would you take down the line "Don't do evil"? Really? Did that offend anybody? Was a manager sitting there like, oh, I really want to do evil today?
Pretty much most of the stuff Vince was charged with, the Panda people also did.
Then fuck all of them. Allegedly.
Then both of them are shit.
Yeah. Instead of cleaning up their offset by just giving the WWF a comically large check, so that they can do a little bit of evil, as a snack.
Just on the side.
Basically, screw corporations.
I had just been observing them like a spectator. I'd been tired of this internally repeating world and acted like a witch. I'd forgotten the powerful feelings needed to change fate.
How does a witch act?
In other words, it was like I was supposed to be an actress, but was just sitting back and eating popcorn. I'm not a spectator. I'm one of the people on the stage. And that's why this play was never successful. In the world where Reina took over the school, if I hadn't done anything, Keiichi would have died in an explosion. Because I got on the stage like I was supposed to, the play didn't end that way.
Okay.
Remember, she started talking to Reina and stuff too.
Yeah. Oh.
She interfered.
I hear Tifa talk and my mind goes, next line, next line.
I'm a part of this world too. It's such an obvious thing, but I must have forgotten it a long time ago. I have to open up her heart. I have to set her free from Satoshi. I'm sure someone else can do that too, but I have the greatest chance of success. If I don't get up on that stage again, a miracle is never going to happen.
A witch, you say? I wonder if she's gonna start defying gravity.
Rika, you once did the same thing over and over again and got hurt, remember? Are you going to make the same mistake again? Hanyu seems to kind of be trying to work against her.
Why are you so shit?
I'm aware of that. But I'll never end up in a world this fortunate again. The cheap resolve to try hard again in the next world would just cost my efforts to reach a dead end somewhere else. Far more easily, and in a more hopeless form than it will in this world. This is my last chance.
Hanyu gives me big, oh, I'll do it later energy. Oh, I really want to eat healthier. Oh, I'll do it in the weekend when I have the time. When the weekend comes and you're down and out of energy because the week has been really long and stressful. Fair. Oh,
I'm not getting the I'll do it later vibes, more like the I've given up vibes, but she's confusing me.
It's the postponing things, but then it becomes indefinite. It's the, you shouldn't set yourself up for failure. If you try, you could fail. Like, fuck you, Hanyu.
Oh, yeah, like that. No, but what I don't get, she's giving the vibes of someone who has given up and basically tells you to just lay low and accept whatever is happening. But then why is she resetting time every single time?
Hanyu is a piece of shit. She is gaslighting Rika. I'm telling you, if I could, I would call the Ghostbusters right now. Make them cross their streams, get rid of this ghost. Like, she is not helpful. She is friendly, but she is the opposite of trying to do something good. Every single time.
No, but you're missing the most important part. If she believes there's no point, why does she keep rewinding time? That means it's probably not
because
her.
I've told you this before, because she's lonely. I assume that only the incarnation of Oyashiro-sama, only the seventh woman in the Furude line can see and interact with her. So she's lonely.
Something doesn't add up yet.
She's just lonely, so she wants you to spend as much time with her as possible. In the most toxic way she can. Like, it's probably not toxic to her because she probably doesn't do it on purpose like this. But it's like, well, I don't want to be alone.
This is my last chance. If this world doesn't work out, then I'm going to give up. What?
See, and she doesn't want that either because her giving up means she'll be all alone.
And you looked at me with surprise.
Some yokai do worse for less petty reasons. Well, I'm against yokai now.
Well, she seems to have too much emotion still, but for us, the term giving up means a lot more than what it sounds like. It doesn't only mean that I will accept my fate. It means that I will accept the dead end waiting for me. In other words, accept my death.
Getting so angry my stomach starts rumbling again.
You know, regrets occur when we haven't made an effort, you know? I was blessed with such a fortunate world this time. I mean, I never thought her uncle would come back, but overall, this has been a very lucky life. And with this wind at our backs, I think I've probably unfurled my sails as far as I can. That's why I believe this time will be different. And I also think that if this doesn't work out, nothing will. If that happens, I think I'll be able to finally give up. Don't say that.
Then why don't you be properly supportive? You want her to not give up, but you don't want her to do anything that could change the outcome of a situation. You are a silver-tongued devil.
I'm the only person who can communicate with Hanyu. If I disappear, she will have to go on with her life all alone. That's the last thing Hanyu wants to happen. Okay, fair enough. Perhaps that's why Hanyu says the things she does. She doesn't want my lifespan to wither away by getting hurt emotionally. You see, I belong here, in this play. You showed me how to enjoy watching it, but the play won't move on as long as I refuse to act. Surely that's why it always results in a dead end. Rika, I'm sure that one day you'll get another fortunate life where her uncle doesn't come back. I'm sure that you'll roll an extra 6 next time. A fortunate world like this one, where Satoko's uncle doesn't come back. But even if we don't do anything, we're still gonna get hurt. You're right. That really would be wonderful.
What if the curse of Oyashiro-sama is to be stuck with Hanyu, who tries to keep you stuck in a time loop?
Still, trying to beat my fated death is another issue entirely. That sounds wonderful, but it's still not guaranteed. Let's wait for another opportunity. Please. Please don't say that you're going to give up after this world. If I die, no one will ever hear you cry again. All you'll ever be able to do is make people sense your presence by making noise. Well, I'm heading back to the stage. And Sasuke sort of mean parting words. I'm going to do what I can. You're sick of repeating all this over and over again, aren't you? I'd rather repeat everything than spend the rest of my life without you.
And that's the line. That is the line.
You're right.
This is Hanyu in a nutshell. No matter what it takes.
Apparently she thinks this time loop that's driving me mad is far better than having no one to talk to. But that's just how she feels. I want to overcome fate and see what's waiting in the future too. But it wouldn't mean anything if you weren't there with me. I'm sure that's similar to my own claim that there's no point in living past June 1983 if I'm the only one who does. My ideal future is to survive past June 1983 and let the happy times continue like always, without anyone missing. Hanyu feels the same way. She doesn't want a world where I'm not by her side. We're repeating this world only because we wish to do so. It wasn't just Hanyu's power, it was one that we shared.
You gonna read the whole line?
Together. Just go. Hanyu wants to be with me, just like I want to build myself a happy future. We both want the same thing. But if I refused to repeat the world again, my long life would be over. Yet, I never refused, no matter how sick and tired of it I was. For over 100 years, I kept believing that something good would happen eventually. However, our power is weakening, and we can only go back a few weeks at most. We have so little time left to try and change our fate. If we kept it up, eventually we'd only be able to go back to the morning of the day I was going to die. That'd be a dead end for sure. I don't think a life this fortunate will ever come my way again. If my time was unlimited, I'm sure it will eventually happen. But I can't count on it happening in what time I do have left. Hanyu told me to wait for another chance because she doesn't want to see me lose myself, but she isn't feeling the time limit like I am. It's a nightmare to die over and over again. Before I end up in that hell, I want to pull the curtain down with my own hands. This is going to be my last world. If this one doesn't work out, I'm not going to repeat it again. Let me translate what she's trying to say. This world is no different from any other world. You're not going to win, so don't bet on this life. Your lifespan is not as short as you think. You should wait for your next opportunity in this endless June. Stay with me until then. Stay with me and wait for the next chance.
That sounds way too positive for the things that she is actually saying.
That's what you're trying to say, isn't it? But it's not positive. Then why don't you just pray for us? Pray that we can pursue the Child Consultation Center and save Satoko.
Pursuit.
Persuade. Pray that I can defeat the fate of 1983. If I overcome this fate, let's do all the things I promised I'd do. Let's eat this year's watermelon while enjoying the evening breeze through the window. What kind of fall are we going to have? How much snow are we getting this winter? Let's enjoy the weather. Let's enjoy all sorts of things we've never seen. Let's watch the next episode of that TV show we like. Let's enjoy our future together. You always said we were going to work hard until that day came. Yes, then work hard with us.
Or maybe don't even just pray, maybe help me find a way through this.
But it's not fair for you to say that you're going to give up when just this life doesn't work out. Sorry that I couldn't keep that promise, but you broke it first. I'm sure we'll overcome this fate. You'll be there with me, Hanyu. Let's look up at the blue sky when that happens. I'm sure the sky of the summer of 83 is more beautiful than any sky we've ever seen.
Prediction.
Once Rika survives, Hanyu disappears.
Rika will die her final death lamenting the beautiful sky above. That's gonna be it. She's gonna lay there and she's gonna look at the sky and she's gonna talk about how beautiful and blue it is. But it's gonna be when she dies. Just as an extra twist of a knife.
I'm sure I'm going to make a miracle happen in this world. God didn't design humans so they could redo their lives over and over again like me. People usually only have one chance. Yet they can still make miracles happen with effort. I feel, even though I think this really touching, this inner monologue takes too long.
I'm getting so angry about her that my stomach is getting upset.
They work so hard because they know that they'll never have a chance to do it over again. That's why miracles occur. But if I can't make one happen with all that, I just have to give up. I don't need another life. I'm going to make a miracle happen in this one.
Now please have that energy in every life.
My friends taught me that. They taught me that miracles can happen when everyone works together. Well, that's not gonna happen because she already said this is her last.
It is her last. No, let me finish. It is her last because she says so.
Yes.
Yeah, so if she doesn't say so, she can just take that energy into the next life.
Yeah, but the fact that the stars align like this is such a low chance.
Then you keep going.
Yeah, at some point you can give up. It's okay, you know.
No, I don't believe that.
I do believe that.
No. I say keep going. Keep fighting.
No, she should fight now.
Yes, fight every single time. If you fight and it doesn't work this time, learn what you could learn, rinse and repeat, apply what you've learned and try to do even better and take it from there.
So it's going to happen. We will make it happen. We're going to have a wonderful future in this life. Rika. Anu disappeared, sobbing sadly. She was no longer in my sight, but I could still talk to her. Anu, we're going to have a bright future in this world. Just trust me. If you would just give me your power, it might be easier to make a miracle happen.
Hard to gather courage if you tried so many things that you don't get anything out of it. Yes, I agree, and I understand where Tifa is coming from with it's okay to give up. I get all of that. But I take Rika's. I've been sitting in the audience eating popcorn for so long instead of getting up on stage and play my part. I take that as I had so many opportunities to try to do something, but I just resigned myself to, oh well, it doesn't work out this time.
Yeah, but
she could have done even more in previous lives, but she chose not to. For a multitude of reasons, but she chose not to.
Yeah, but she's gonna give it everything she has now so that she can finish with no regrets, no matter what happens. And I think that is fine.
I'll allow it.
This is the best possible stage I can hope for. Because even in the other lives, nothing lined up as well as this.
Not yet.
The actors on the stage and the audience before it can help each other. If you wish. In this case, this is not resignation, but betting all on one card. I fully agree with you.
I like that way of putting it better. Sorry, I cut you off. We were starting at the same time.
If you wish, you, the audience, can change the story too.
Oh, here we go.
I've made my decision. I'm going up on the stage. I'm not going to complain anymore. I'll do my best, just like Keiichi and my other friends. I'm not going to make any more excuses. I'm not going to wait for another fortunate world. I have to do my best in this one. I'm not talking about my decision to die after this world is over. I'm just saying that people are meant to have only one chance to live. That's why they work so hard. Because I had so many chances to redo my life. I haven't been working hard enough. I was never able to make a miracle happen. In my previous life, Reina took over the school. Because I got in her way, Keiichi made it in time to stop the explosion. The story changed because I decided to get up on the stage. Perhaps in my other lives before that, I could have changed my situation if I worked hard enough without giving up. But I kept giving up so easily, and eventually lost my interest in them. And so, a miracle never happened. It never happened because I was always relying on the fact that I'd have another chance. Anu, I hope you can understand. Please, don't be sad and work hard with me in this world. I couldn't tell if she understood me. I assertively spoke to the officials about how much danger Satoko is in. Keiichi and Irie also made their appeals from the bottom of their hearts. I had no idea how the center took what we said so passionately.
Oh, come on, I didn't even say it that much, no.
I don't care. You still know what it is.
The big free sea.
all I could do was pray. End of a chapter? No.
I don't know, but I think a good moment to save once the game lets me. How was it, Kei-chan? Well, we'll have to figure that out next week.
Why do I think they did not speak about anything that happened today? Just a feeling.
Then they deserve to be slapped, all of them.
Just a small feeling.
Because that would be a really stupid choice. At least Irie should bring up the fact that he was called in for her emergency. Like, that alone should be enough.
One would think so. But we'll see what comes out of it.
I hate Hanyu.
Hate is a big word, but...
No, it's not. It's just 4 letters.
She's not working along.
How old is Hanyu? I want to know. Like...
Probably a couple 100 years.
Why not thousands of years?
Could also be.
If she has spent like over 100 years maybe, with just Reina, and she is at least over 100 years old. Maybe if you include all the previous time loops, then potentially thousands of years.
Yeah, I mean, her feelings are legit, but is that a reason? It's just her fears that are coming out. Is it like a human, I can do that? Yeah.
The manga, she looks the same when Rika is a baby. Yeah.
I mean, she probably doesn't age.
How do yokai start existing? Were they people once? Do they just get willed into existence somehow? Are they just aspects of nature? Like, how does one become a yokai?
I believe strong feelings can create a yokai.
How are yokai created? In Dandadan. No, that's not what I want to know. Yokai are a class of supernatural entities and spirits in Japanese folklore. Okay, concept. The concept of yokai, their causes and phenomena related to them, varies greatly throughout Japanese culture and historical periods.
That's too long of a story. I understand getting defensive and not getting hopes up, but there's a difference between that and shoving unsolicited black pack pills down your throat.
Exactly. Thank you, Psycho. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I do understand her feelings, but the whole don't try anymore also doesn't really work, because even if she doesn't, and her reasoning is that you'll get hurt, she's gonna get hurt regardless. Like, being stuck in this loop will hurt either way.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. This is like a toxic relationship. It's like, well, I want you to not give up, but I also don't advocate you do anything to improve your situation. So basically what you're saying is, you just want somebody who you can spend time with, and you want that cycle to go on forever. That's not helpful. It's usually even nature, some kind of grudge that goes beyond the realm of life. Yeah, I've quickly skimmed over the Wikipedia article. Depends on the source of your mysticism. Sometimes it's the spirit in all things that exist. Sometimes it's holding grudges and stuff like this. It's like asking, where do elves come from? The Undying Lands, off to the west, beyond the water.
I'm
is
with
what
Skinner.
Tolkien told me. Santa's work.
We all know where they come from.
Is that where we're going hiking next week?
What? No. They're not in Norway.
That is true.
Where do your Santa's elves work?
At the North Pole.
Yeah, that's not Norway now, is it?
Well, it's closer than here.
Well, closer, yeah.
I don't know how far you want to go north. If an object in your house lasts for a century, they just become sentient. I think that idea is kind of sweet. That if something becomes so revered, so historied, that that in itself is a quality on a spiritual level, like an artifact.
It sucks up all of the emotions and feelings around it.
Yeah, basically. And we'll get revenge if they weren't well established. I don't like this yokai. When did the Ghostbusters get invented? 1 sec. I know Tifa
I was about
wants
to do
go to bed, but I don't care. Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters came out 1984. We're 1 year off. Fuck.
Shit, couldn't call them even if you wanted to.
Yeah, crap.
They might have still had like a garage business though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were filming or writing at least already, but the movie wasn't out yet. So,
talking about the Ghostbusters itself.
What?
Never mind.
The movie came out in 1984, what are you talking about?
Yeah, the movie, that doesn't mean they didn't do any operations before already. They could have been operating out of their dad's basement.
Tifa, do you believe that Ghostbusters is a documentary?
See, this means that Jack also needs to go to bed.
Are you aware that Ghostbusters is fiction?
Yeah, but you're like, ooh.
I like my idea much better, actually. It's actually an older show called Ghostbusters, and it is not like the movies.
She was talking in universe, Jack, and trying to link it to the yokai stuff. Exactly, where Jack's like, oh, you can't even call them, and Santa lives here. And suddenly we're talking about a documentary. You know, Santa's elves. Wait, spoilers. You know, Santa's elves also aren't real, right?
I want Egan Spangler to suddenly show up in Hinamizawa because in his efforts to make the gear that they would later use in the Ghostbusters movie, in the Ghostbusters, when they blew up, you know, he has to have tried it on something, and clearly the first ghost that he tried his stuff on has to have been Hanyu.
I like Psycho, don't worry.
Are you sure about that?
Pretty sure Will Ferrell is a real person, Tifa. Yeah, he joined the
Eurovision. That
Eurovision,
wasn't actually the Eurovision Song Contest, was it? Wasn't it something else? What was the movie called?
Eurovision Song Contest. It's called Eurovision.
Eurovision. The movie is called Eurovision Song Contest. Okay, so clearly it is about the Eurovision Song Contest.
That movie was so good.
That movie is so stupid, but so good. Holy shit, 2020. It's been 5 years already. Damn.
Might rewatch that. It had some bangers in there.
It did.
But it's time to do the show. I'm talking about Elf, yeah, I know, but I always think
No, she didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
I've seen Elf,
no.
But I always think of Eurovision when...
Nah, you are not thinking of Elf.
Yes, when Skinner said that, I know.
You didn't say it, so we have no reason to believe you.
Elf is a movie I actually do know. Excuse me, I have never shied away from saying what I don't know.
I'm not quite sure.
There's no shame in my unculturedness here.
I'm not quite sure if a microphone picks up all of my stomach being upset, but that one was beautifully timed. The moment you said, yes, I do know, my stomach went like, boop.
Ciao.
Go press the button, Tifa.
All good things come to an end.
Thank you everybody for not being like Hanyu and encouraging us in positive ways. We'll be back on Tuesday with more Higurashi. See you then. Bye.
Thank you.